before we could get started on another episode of Bad for the Community, I have a decision that I need the audience to make. All right? In my hands, I got two circular shapes. One is an orange, and one is a teal. All right? Now, if you choose the teal, stop now. Stop the recording. Put the phone away. Close the episode. You're not ready for this conversation, and it's okay. But if you choose the orange one, and you choose to take the risk of continuing on with this conversation, you may walk away from this episode feeling a little bit more enlightened. I'm not here to convince you. I'm not here to change your perspective. Just for some food for thought. Now, if you're here, it's probably because you chose the orange one.
Why we let him go on for so long?
I'm really curious to see. No, the thing is, like, bro, you know me. It's like, I want to let people do what they're doing and just observe and just be like, all right. Like, where you going to stop yourself to be like,
all right.
I'm ready to have the conversation.
You got too much hair to be doing that,
I'm
man.
ready to have the conversation. Like, what?
that's the funniest thing I've ever heard you say in my life, nigga.
No bullshit.
I'm ready to have the
I'm
conversation
a real bitch.
that we are living in a simulation. And it's not because I just watched The Matrix for the first time yesterday.
You know what's crazy?
What's up?
I was dead just talking about that with son. I was like, yo, like, I've watched The Matrix, but I ain't
Really
really
watch
watched it.
it,
'Cause,
right?
like, nigga, I was mad young when I watched that shit.
Yeah.
Like,
I played the
don't
video
really
game,
feel that
didn't
shit.
really
Which
understand
game?
it. I don't know. Whichever one the
On
code
the-
is
what,
like
the
on the
360?
screen and shit. It was on PlayStation 2.
Did you play
So
Into
around
the
that time. That was
Matrix?
back when I was like,
Yeah, around
yeah,
that
I
time.
rented it from Blockbuster
Play
Movies.
Into the Matrix?
Yeah, I think so, but I only got like a week
Blockbuster
out of it. You feel
Movies.
me?
Who
And
was,
then
who was the
it-
main character that you were playing as?
Neo.
That wasn't.
And then
Into
you
the
have to
Matrix.
escape out of the office.
That's not. I don't know if that's called Into the Matrix. Let me look.
Whatever it is.
But,
But
yeah, I gotta rewatch
I
that
watched
movie.
it for the first
I gotta
time
rewatch it.
ever, right? And interestingly enough, that's not what sparked this whole simulation theory that I'm like entertaining, right?
Oh, it's real life.
I actually had, well, one, that too, and I actually had a conversation, ironically enough, with ChatGPT about the possibilities that we are living indeed in a
Okay,
simulation.
but wait, pause, right?
What's up?
Did you just open up your laptop, be like, oh, I have this question in mind, let me have this conversation with
I could-
ChatGPT? Or
I
like,
could
did
show you the whole
something like
thread.
lead to that eventually bring the conversation there?
Bro, I forgot what sparked it, but I did ask ChatGPT. I was like,
That's kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie.
Yo,
Instead of
I was having a
seeking
whole
an actual
conversation
person
with
to
it.
talk to about it.
Yeah.
He said, let me go to ChatGPT and ask it, hey, do you think this is real life?
I did. And then I asked it, I was like, in order for this to be possible, what would need to happen in order for this to actually be the case, right? In order for it to be possible. For anybody not familiar with the simulation theory, it's the idea of like, okay, imagine now we got AI technology. We're working on this machine learning technology. And right now it's at a very primitive level. You know, it's advanced for what it is right now. But imagine a future where eventually we can literally recreate what we believe the universe to be, a simulation of the universe, right?
Sure.
And it might not be now, it might not be 100 years from now, but with the progress we're making, you can imagine, you can at least grasp that there might be a possibility that we could eventually reach that type of, we could reach that level of computational power or whatever the case is, right? 1,000 years from now. So, right, and then that we can recreate a simulation. But if you believe that that could happen, then that also opens up the possibility that we could be a simulation of a more advanced civilization that reached that power as well, and then created the simulation that we now live in. And if that is the case, then that can also mean that that simulation is based in another simulation that's based in another. You
I'm
feel
gonna
me?
tell you
It's
this
a
right
rabbit
now,
hole.
though.
Fucking
I'm gonna tell
nerd.
you right now, and this is, I've had the same, like,
That's real life, though.
I've come to understand, at least with religion, because, you know, a lot of people like to contribute things to
Yeah,
God,
yep.
and like God, you know, oversees things. And it's like, I actually grown to not believe in that idea or like that chain of thought, because like there's free will. So human beings are going to do what they do. Hence why we've seen such mass, you know,
what if it's
hysteria or mass
programmed?
issues. But now if it's a simulation, I'm like, so wait a minute. Y'all seen all this slavery shit happening. You didn't think, let's stop the program and reset?
It was an
Just let it
experiment.
shit. Nah, fuck that.
It's an experiment.
That's
Who
fucked up.
knows? Who knows? We don't
That's
know the
fucked up.
reasons. But you can imagine, like,
Y'all seen
people
all
think
that
like, oh,
slavery shit.
they'll use
Oh, they see that shit going down. They're like, let it run.
Let it run.
Keep going.
Let it run.
Keep going. Let's see what happens.
Let's see where this
It's
goes.
like, yo, y'all should have stepped in. And fucked it. Like, that's fucked
Imagine
up.
that. They might be using us as a simulation to realize whether slavery is good or not. And they'd be like, oh, it didn't really work with that. Let's try another experiment where we made the white people slaves instead. Let's see how that goes. Like,
we
I
gotta
don't know,
see.
bro.
They was like,
They'll rerun the test.
We gotta test it out and let it rock for a little bit. 600 years of, 600 years afterwards. Let's see how they get.
You're saying this, bro. This morning I was watching the Young Turks, right?
Mm-hmm.
You be
And
watching them?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I used to watch a YouTube channel and shit like that. But today was really just like in the spur of the moment. And I'm watching them cover the whole Israel-Palestinian situation right now that's going on, and like some of the updates with like and I still don't know how to pronounce his name.
The genocide.
The genocide, yeah.
Like
But,
the situation.
I feel you. No, for sure. Let's speak on it for what it is. But like, bro, like I'm watching the Prime Minister of Israel speak. I'm like, yeah, we got to get rid of this nigga.
Yeah.
Like,
You know what's
He
mad?
do
we
be
really
lying.
got to
He do be
get rid
lying.
of this
No
nigga, bro.
bullshit.
Yo,
Like, he's talking about like, no, the two-state is
not.
not gonna happen. Da-da-da-da. It's like, yo, like he's
Niggas
blatantly
exploring
saying to the world,
nuclear
like,
options.
I'm going to get rid of all these niggas.
That's crazy.
I'm like, yeah, this
I mean,
is
we
not
seen
real
it.
life.
By hook or by crook, my
And then you
nigga.
got this nigga Biden talking about, yeah, I heard everything he said, but like, nah, yeah, two-state, situation is possible. Solution is possible. And it's like, this nigga dead just told the world
that's like
it's
putting
not
like
gonna happen.
a prisoner with a jailmate
Like-
that's like, I'm going to kill this nigga. No, y'all gonna get along. Like,
It's like,
no,
nah,
I'm going
bro,
to kill
yeah.
him. Then don't be surprised when you wake up one day, go and see that the prisoner is dead.
So,
But
like, yeah, watching
had-
shit like that, I'm like, yeah, bro.
I love that you brought religion into it, because actually the reason I wanted to bring this up on the podcast,
Do you
I had
believe simulation theory though? Because I think
kinda.
I
No.
feel like-
I can't say it's out of the realm of possibility. Do I believe in it? No, because based on the things I was like having the conversation with ChatGPT, the computational power that would be needed to do such a thing is kind of crazy. Like, you got to imagine with the computers that we have now, there's glitches, the shit got to restart. It's like, it get corrupted or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, and I guess you could say that there's anomalies or like things that happen in the
Bro,
world
my nigga, they
that
put
could
a nigga on the
represent that.
moon with IBN, and like
They say like
the 80s.
what's the thing when he's like the Bernstein effect? No,
the Mandela.
the
effect.
Mandela effect.
effect.
Those are examples of like
glitches.
the glitch. You know what I mean? Or
That's
things
like-
that just we can't explain type shit. But let me go
Niggas
right.
just have bad memories, bro. Niggas
I
just don't be
had-
paying attention.
A very enlightening conversation with my mom. I fucked with her.
That- And fucking knockoffs, like the Fruit of the Loom,
bullshit,
like,
yeah,
that was
that's
just knockoffs on
knockoffs
fucking
from the
like
corner stores
Oh,
in
for real?
Chinatown. You
With the
feel me?
corner-
Like, yeah,
Oh,
like,
dude.
like
No
that's just a
bullshit.
lot of people just buying knockoffs.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
I remember that shit too, nigga. No
Yo.
bullshit.
So let me set the stage, and then like it could really open it up, right? So I went up. I finished the Matrix. We got back from the night that we had.
Who'd you watch with?
I just watched it dolo. I started it when I was at work, and then I
Okay.
never got to finish it. I
Nigga was
finished
not
it.
working.
I
No
wasn't. No, I
bullshit.
did. Next time I started it. I had it on one screen.
Bro, niggas really be watching movies at work though. That
I'm not
shit's
gonna lie.
like I
On
just don't get
Friday,
it.
yesterday, I was at work, bro. I went downstairs. I was just watching freestyles from like 2010,
I just don't-
2007.
I just don't
I was
get
like, I
it.
don't feel like working.
As long as, you get,
multitask,
as, long
bro.
as,
What
you
you
get the,
mean?
as long as you get the job done, I
That's
guess.
all that
It's
matters,
just
right?
like, I don't know, nigga. Like,
So I finished the movie in the morning, and I went upstairs to the kitchen, and I wanted to play with my mom and act like like, yo, we live in a simulation, da 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 da. And I explained to her the same thing, like, who's to say that can't be? And she's like, no, that's not possible. God created us. God put us here, da 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 da. And I'm like, okay, let me make sure to tell you, right? I'm not here to invalidate your belief in God, your belief in your faith. I'm not trying to knock that at all. But who's to say that, okay, we have certain things that we buy into, right? Just like religion. Religion, people buy into the concept of God, and that's what creates the strong sense of faith, right? Money isn't necessarily real. It's a social construct. We believe in it, and therefore we agree that it has value. Therefore, it's real. It's real to us.
Currency in general.
It's real
yeah.
to us, even though it's not fundamentally. There's no it's not a fundamental truth that has value. We agree that it does. So therefore, it does. And then traffic control. You see a stop sign, you see a red light, you stop. Not because you actually think that red light's gonna stop you or it's stopping you physically from doing, but we all agree for the bigger purpose of like, we believe in the wellness and the
Sure.
safety of our society, that we should follow these rules. So, and she agreed to that. And I was like, so if that was the case, then who's to say the religion wasn't the same thing? And that's not to say that's a good or bad thing, but it's something that people bought into in order to regulate and control society for
In a peaceful
maybe the
manner.
safety
Yeah.
of it.
For sure.
So who's to say that's not possible? And then she goes, well, what about all the great things or all the things he's done for you? You know what I mean? You're going to say that's just up to, that's just a coincidence, these great things that happen? Like, whatever the case is. And I'm not, and I
It's
said,
interesting. That's
I'm
how she
not,
looks at it.
that is not to say, I can't say that it's out of the realm of possibility. I can't prove it. But then it clicked in my mind when she said that, right? Oh, actually, I skipped a step, right? And I told her, I was like, at the end of the day, oh, no. Yeah, no. She was asking me, like, you don't feel like you got to be religious or anything, da, da, da. And I was like, yo, at the end of the day, what I believe, I don't knock anybody who's religious, because if it's going to make you a better version of yourself, it's going to make you more connected to your community. It's going to just make you a more positively contributing member of society, then I'm not going to knock it. What I knock is when religion influences people to do evil shit, whether it's to kill people, get rid of people, or ostracize or outcast members of society just for living their own lives that don't affect anybody else. So to my mom, it's like, yo, if church does that for you, it brings you closer to a community, makes you want to be a better person, I have no knock. I don't necessarily feel like I need that because I can do that off the strength of my own. But who's to say something doesn't happen to me in my lifetime that's out of my willpower isn't enough to overcome it. So then when she asked me that question about, what about all these things he's done for you? That's when it clicked to my mind. Maybe God is real. Because at the end of the day, if the actions she's done as my mother to help me in any circumstance was through the influence of her belief in God, therefore, wouldn't the result of the things that she's doing for me be a result of God making him real, in a sense? Not in the traditional sense of him being real, but he's real in the fact, like, that concept is what made her do those actions of a mother. Therefore, God is as real as the traffic light.
It's the spirit, man.
God is as real as the money that we agree on.
And that is what I call faith, my brother.
For sure. And this is the biggest
say. This is like, I'm like listening to him like, this nigga just discovered faith.
No, it's not to act like I'm not saying like I'm about to drop a bomb.
I'm saying
that recreates the revelation of what you think.
To be able to understand the essence and like the feeling of why people have such strong faith. That's what it is.
But there's
This
people
undoubtable, unshakable, belief that it's like, no matter what, I continue to believe in God through the Son, through the Holy Spirit, through the whole Trinity. You feel me?
And the biggest thing I just want to acknowledge is like, but you understand it's a faith. You understand it's a belief. But you just couldn't say, there's people out there in the world like, it's a fact. God, it's a fact. It's rooted. They won't hear otherwise.
To how your mother feels, it's interesting hearing that because I'm like, I haven't reached that point in my life.
I don't
yet.
think niggas be like, it's a fact. Like they just shot there like saying God.
You don't believe there's people like you're going to hell, and I'm certain in that.
Yeah, there's some people who have unshakable faith.
People that's going to hell.
He's got to come down.
No matter what, like, if hell doesn't exist already,
and
it will exist for those people. No bullshit. Like that's how I look at it. I'm like, listen, I don't know what that shit feel like or look like, but I know you're going there, nigga. No bullshit.
But like for me
and you, whatever happens after this, it's not gonna be the same. It can't be.
Like I still have a hard time being able to have like such strong faith because I've always, for a very long time now, I've always looked at, everything that I've received in life is through me and my own, whether it's like luck, whether it's through just, life.
So you believe.
But it's like, I'm thankful for the blessing and the opportunity to live life. Mm-hmm. That is through God. To be able to wake up the next day, it's like, yo, this whole thing happened from you, pressing the button, letting this shit start off. You feel me? But everything from there has been human nature. It's just been life.
And I believe in the idea that there's something higher. I just don't choose to identify what it is.
Where you get the strength to keep going?
That's where faith comes in though. Where it's like, yo, I know that you've created this world for us to live in. I'm going to do my best to continue to be 1% better, reaching in your image.
You ever you ever feel like you were being carried?
I don't know if I ever felt that way. No,
because every times where say you're just tired, you're like, all right, I don't have the strength to get this done, whatever. You be like, oh shit, that shit's done, and you don't even like feel like you did anything, but you completed the task, and you don't feel any worse or better like afterwards. You're just like, wow, it's done.
I don't really attribute it. I don't attribute it to anything.
But that's what I'm saying. I feel like in those moments, that's when you're like closest to God.
Interesting.
Is in the moments where you might feel like your own self-determination is not enough, and yet you still persist.
Is that God? Is that just a change of? Is that a paradigm shift in your perspective?
I mean, I guess it depends on
because it's all perspective, and that's the biggest thing to grasp. It's like, was that God or was that perspective? I can't tell you if it's God. I don't know. I'm just a human. I'm at a basic level. But I know, and I brought.
You ever seen a human heart?
No.
Yeah.
You ever like seen like a lung? like in function, and it's like in its as it's functioning.
Yeah.
Like all the different intricacies.
It's
that
crazy.
shit
It's
is
just
wild.
crazy,
I know,
bro.
I know how
It's
everything's
crazy.
nuts.
Everything works
this
together.
whole thing is crazy. It's like,
it's
yo,
nuts.
you got
Like,
white
your
blood
brain
cells and
all
red
that
blood
shit.
cells.
Like that's God,
this
bro.
shit's wild, bro.
No bullshit.
It is wild.
To me,
Like
that's
shit like that.
God.
It's like,
It's
yeah,
like when you be like, that's cinema.
like,
that's
how do you
God.
explain this? Like, how do you
That's
really
how I
explain
feel.
this shit?
Bro, I'm telling
Like,
you.
this shit, all the gears are working. It's like,
No
how?
bullshit.
So
You feel
For
me?
niggas that be on a podcast.
Hey, but we talking that good talk right now. You feel me? We
And
talking that
that's
good
God.
talk.
Like,
That's what we here for. You feel me?
Now let me-
Because like for me, like
that's that
even to what I'm
bullshit, no
saying,
bullshit.
right? It's like at the end of the day, my daily routine, like to me, like how I carry out the faith is like, yo. At the end of the day, when I finish with my day, I'm like, yo, thank you for
Thank
giving
you,
me
God.
the
No
ability
bullshit.
to go through this. Give me the blessing to, you know, live tomorrow and try again to be a better person. You feel me? That's my daily routine. Just
bro.
asking for the strength and the ability to have another chance.
Can I
'Cause this
ask you,
shit could be done at any moment.
can I ask you a question?
What's up?
All right, so let's say under the assumption that I had made, right?
Yeah.
That God is as real as the traffic. Like God is real because we believe. We all agree to it, or a large group of people
Make
believe
God
in it.
real.
You know, and I told my mom that. She's like, no, I don't think I need other people to know to like have my faith in God. That's a personal relationship with
That's
me
a
and
fact.
God type, right? And
Real
I asked her,
nigga.
I was like, okay, so if nobody believed in God and you were the only person who believed,
I'ma stand
would you
for
still
God.
be able to? She said, it probably would be hard. And I was like,
she's not a real God fan.
no,
She's
because
not a real
no,
religion.
no. Imagine
trying, nigga.
God
No
is so
bullshit. She would try.
powerful.
She's
Like
trying.
She would
people believe
try.
that God is so powerful because what He does to people. Like my girl gave me an example of being in a room where it's like you're around mad people and y'all pray together and y'all cry and you could feel. She said you could feel a certain emotion, a
See,
wave
that part
of
of
things,
it's dope to me.
power that comes through to you.
That's really dope.
Is that God or is that just a change of perspective? So
That's
then
the Holy Spirit.
if you leave,
Facts.
That's the Holy Spirit.
if you leave,
At
you
that
feel
point.
it sometimes.
if you leave, right, that
Or at least the
church, the
phenomenon
next day,
that-
you prayed on it. You prayed that your life is gonna get better, and then you walk into work next day and you get a promotion.
That's
is that
God.
God or is that a coincidence?
That's like I don't attribute that to God.
It was
Personally.
supposed to be.
Me personally, I don't attribute that to
It
God.
was meant to be.
you prayed on it though,
because
and then it
when the
happened.
bad things happen in life, you don't say, "Oh, God made that happen as
Yeah,
well."
you do.
I don't.
The hell, yes, you do.
I don't.
You know,
Some
I heard
people
niggas-
like,
some
that's
people
just
say
life.
you
I
heard
heard
him,
the
and he
test.
put it.
I look at it as like that's just life.
Yeah,
But that's
like for
the
the
test.
good and
Those
the
are the
bad, like
trials.
that's just my life in this moment. It's like God has given me the ability to be able to have the free will and the autonomy to make the decisions that I think are most appropriate for me. Now, whether they're good or not will be judged when I cease to live.
Yo, I'm gonna
That's
say it
how I
like
look at
this.
it.
When I was younger, I used to see like rich people or like celebrities and shit. Be like, they have everything. You feel me? And then like, I'd be like, yeah, I was like, God not working that hard for me. Da da da. And they be like, you don't know what their struggles are. You feel me? You never really know. Like everybody has vices. Everybody da 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 da. I see mad of them niggas crumble to that right now. I'm watching them fall one by one. I ain't believe it for a long time. I see it. I'm like, okay. Shout out the Lord. No bullshit. I see that nigga cooking. He was like, I gave you everything.
He's like,
and
you
I'm
just had to
taking
see
it away.
you just had to see the vision long term. I'm
Type
a
shit,
long
because that's
term
how it be.
planner.
It's like, and I think that it's a level of balance. You feel me? And I think that's where like the Holy Spirit comes in. It's
hard,
shit
bro.
like that, because then it's not necessarily like you feel it. It's not. It might not even be like the Holy Spirit might not even be a religious thing. It's just a phenomenon that you experience.
Because
You
it's
feel me? In a
Perspective,
way.
then help me understand.
just-
But I don't think it's.
I
Your
think it is
perspective gives you.
perspective.
But how would you describe it though? Like
Okay.
what would like say like for example, right? When you're talking about getting a bunch of people in the room together, right? And they're all like crying because they all feel something together. Some people would describe it as mass hysteria, but that's not hysteria. You feel me? Because they're not. It's not like they're like doing anything like wretched or doing anything that's gonna like be to the detriment of themselves, their mentality, or anything else. Like, and it's
I'm
not like
it's
they're like
something like
hysteria.
our
sometimes
core
stems from
fundamental,
racism, I'm
like-
not gonna lie.
Type shit.
It's
You
the
be looking at
core
a group of like
fundamental
Africans and be
feeling.
like, oh, look at them over there, like when they're practicing their tribal,
Rituals,
rituals and stuff like that, and they'd be like, that's mass hysteria. I'm like, no, they're just practicing.
I was about to say, niggas just
You feel me?
yeah, type shit.
But like, okay, so then to what I brought up earlier, like the reason why I have a hard time saying like, oh, when good things happen to me, it's because of God. It's like when you have something that happens bad at a very, very high magnitude, it's like that's because of God.
especially when it happens to good people,
That's
right?
God.
It's very. That's
Slavery
when your
went
faith
through
gets tested the
For
most.
400 years, and it's like that was God helping us to reach this.
Because some of those
That
people
was
never
God
got to reach it.
indirectly.
because like that's like I'm
That
like,
was
I don't
man.
know, bro. That's
I don't
really
know
hard
if that's
for me.
God, bro.
That's
No,
hard
no,
for
but
me
listen.
to like really like
But
come to
listen,
terms
though,
with that.
That's man.
But that's what I'm saying.
But man
That's
is made in the image of God. So
Okay, so
indirectly,
that's what you believe.
We've had
If
this
that's what
conversation
you
before, though.
believe.
That's also free will.
so indirectly, it is God because God gave man free
If that's what you
will.
believe,
So
or
it
it's
is
God if
God.
people moved. If people,
It's just not in God's
if people
name.
justified slavery through their belief in God, then that influence definitely allowed them to
Yeah,
justify
but it's just like
it.
Frederick Douglass said, bro. Them niggas not real. Them niggas not real Christians because they're going against the will of God. They're
That's true.
violating the will of God, just
That
like
is a
the
good
Israelis.
point.
But who defines the will of God, bro?
The will of God is what's written. You
In the
feel me? You can
Testament.
look at it
Who
like that.
wrote it?
But peep, you
In the
can look at it
Testament,
like
man.
that, right? You can look at it like that. But like the commandments don't shift,
They do not.
and the Testament, the Testament doesn't shift. You feel me?
Especially
That's
the Old Testament.
Exactly. The shit doesn't shift. But when you're following by it, you feel me? Say you're following the Abrahamic code. There's certain ways that you live. You feel me? You follow those things to a T. It doesn't have to be perfect all the time, but when you violate them intentionally, that's your
What's
clip.
the difference between the Declaration of Independence and the Ten Commandments?
What? What do you mean?
What's the difference?
Well,
The Declaration
if
of
people-
Independence
one of
was
them is a
created by
law.
a group of white people that came together and,
And,
make
and,
these
and,
laws.
and by the time that they
One of them
created,
is
and by the time
and the
that they
other
created
one-
it, there was actual historical documentation. But at a time where the historical documentation was not there, and it was BC era, whatever the case is, there would, in my mind, I'm imagining there's a group of people who want to control, or like not for bad or good reasons.
But you're not wrong about that because you
They
look
created
at when you
these
look at,
rules because obviously they want to
I'm gonna give
show
you an
people
example.
don't just kill people. There's a punishment.
I'm gonna get my history back real quick. I'm
So I
gonna
can
give you an
understand
example
the
of exactly what
amendments.
you're bringing up.
but the Declaration of
Protestant
Independence.
That don't
faith.
change. The fundamental 10 bills, that don't change. It applies the same way.
That's literally how the Protestant faith came about. Because the
Shit.
king wanted to divorce his wife and remarry another woman, but he couldn't do that as a Catholic. So he created his own religion to then be able to do that.
Mhm.
And that religion still stands to this day.
So all of it seems like it's just influenced by man's interpretation of what they believe to
But
be
we knew
right or
that.
wrong.
But those are different religions, though.
We knew
We're
that.
talking
though.
about God. That's not what we're like. That's what I think you're like. You're misconstruing.
So here's my-
that, 'cause
here's
you're
my
talking
question
about
for y'all.
perspective, but it's also different religions that you're describing. You feel
Okay.
me? Like under the same God.
But for the most part, there's no identity to, at the most part, for the fundamental agreement between most religions is that it's just a being outside of our comprehension that put us here in place, right? Now let me ask you, if God is as real and as powerful as the people who believe in him, would God be no longer real if tomorrow nobody believed in him?
Bro, would Drake not exist?
No, don't do that.
like,
Don't do that.
Listen,
Answer the question. Don't do this shit, bro. Answer the question I just
I'm
asked.
answering your question. I'm answering your question.
You know what's funny?
I'm allowing you to answer the question for yourself. If you're the only Drake fan left, is Drake still Drake?
If nobody reported about, like, if I didn't have social media,
But would you? If,
hold on,
but
let me answer your
regardless
question.
of-
If I didn't have social media, if I didn't have access to the internet, if I never seen a show or he never came to my city, and there was just no proof of this man, I have never crossed paths with this man
I don't think
to
you're
know he's
understanding.
real.
None of those things
I was about to
apply
say-
to what we're talking about, though, because we do have like we have the Bible, all the stuff about God. So I'm saying you have music, you have shows, all the stuff. You feel me? You've never been to a Drake concert. Never. I mean, even
How
going
can
to
I
a Drake.
prove? But even if his music,
about to say, up
how
until
can
the
I
concert,
prove
we
that?
don't really know that
That's
nigga's
what I'm
real
saying.
for real.
Even
Like,
going
that
to
might
a
be
concert,
not-
that might not even still be him.
Wasn't
Like,
that
all
episode
that, you
of
never
Atlanta?
touched Drake, you never dapped him up. You don't know that nigga's
Is
real.
that nigga real?
No
Like,
bullshit. You still believe. You still go every time he drop an album, you listen.
Because to my knowledge, I see this nigga behind my phone.
No bullshit.
You know what I mean? Like,
I
don't
ain't
know
never
if it's a
dapped
real
that
person.
nigga. I
I
never
don't know
gave him
if
a
this
hug.
nigga
None of
real.
that shit. I don't know.
He's as real. He's as real as all we all believe him to
Type
be.
shit. But also,
If we all decided not to believe in
he's
him
as
and there was no proof,
He's as real as, but regardless, he's as real as you believe him to be. I feel like you're caught up on the idea of like God being like masses. You feel me? Forget the masses. You feel me? Like I'll tell you this: it's the same way I look at God. It's the same way I look at like fucking like Orion's son. You feel me? Like
Whoa, what do you mean by this? I'm
like
go ahead,
P,
go ahead,
P,
go
P,
ahead, go
right?
ahead.
Where it's like, yo, like I'm a part of like an army of people that will like fight for her. Be like, yo, Orion's son's my favorite artist. Like I'm not actually gonna go to war for her, but Orion's son is my favorite artist. So it's like if I'm saying that, that means something to me. I'm standing on that. So that means that if there's only one Orion's son fan left, nigga, it's me. You're looking at him. It's me right now. That means that if there's none, I died type shit.
but you seen
That's what God
Orion's
is.
son with your eyes.
So
there's no
doesn't matter. I see
your-
God
your
every
belief
time.
in
I look
faith
at you
isn't
when I
being-
see
being
God
tested.
because you're a human being.
No,
you
but
feel
your
me?
belief
I
in
look at the
faith
world
is
around me.
never
Preach,
going
brother.
to have to be tested because you
Preach,
actually
brother.
seen them with, like, the whole purpose of
But
what
you're
makes
looking
faith so
for a
powerful
being,
is
bro.
that you don't know actual for sure
But you're
that this
looking
person
for-
exists.
you're looking
You've
for
seen
a
Orion's
being.
son with your own eyes. You know she
So?
exists.
I told you, I
There's a
see
lack of-
God with my
like
own
he
eyes all
just
the
said.
time.
Through the acts of like humanity, through miracles. That's the whole point of miracles as well, where it's like it's something that happens literally because of divinity. It's like that's beyond the
Like,
human
look
scope.
around,
It's
bro.
like, yo, this is people's.
I look like I'm
these are
telling
people's
you, bro, God
testimonies
is in
to
everything.
believe
Like
in
I see
God.
it everywhere.
So
You watched The Matrix, right?
I'm
you
gonna
remember
tie
when
it
that
back.
nigga was looking around and he seen code? That's how I see the world. Like,
So-
that's God to me.
I feel you.
It's in, like, he's in everything. It's everywhere. It's all around
That's
us.
your
You feel me?
I always
It's
had a
in
hard
me,
time
you feel
calling
me?
God a he. That always bothered me.
That
That always bothered me.
I never
liked that.
You just
I'm-
say he
I
because we
interchange
agree.
it.
That's we
I never
we
liked that.
kind of
I try to say God. 'cause
understanding
the way I
that.
look at it, it's
I
like
say
God
they most of the
isn't-
time, but I
God
interchange it depending on who
isn't
I'm
even
speaking
of
about.
human characteristics to describe it as he or them. You feel me? It's just God.
My biggest point with
I
this
say it like that because
conversation
I was talking about I see God in him.
is
type
not
shit.
to prove or disprove whether God is real, because at the end of the day, you know what? It doesn't actually matter. As long as he's real to you. And it reminds me of the scene in The Matrix where the guy knows the traitor of the group. He knows that he is no longer, like, he knows this is a simulation. He knows what the real world is like. And he says, and he's like meeting with Agent Smith to turn on Morpheus. And he's like in the simulation and he's having a steak dinner and he looks at the steak and he basically is just like, I know this isn't real. I know when I taste this, this is just the code telling me what steak and all that should taste like.
But you can still
but you know
have the
what?
perception of flavor?
It's real enough
It's
to
not
me.
bad.
It's real enough to me. You feel me? So if that's
That ain't
real,
bad.
so if that's true to him, then it's real. And at the end of the day, everything that's true to us is real to us.
That's a wild way to tie that in because he was lying to himself.
Who's to say we're not all lying to ourselves in a way?
Well, I will say though,
And the
based
motivations
off
of what we do
He
this
ain't watched the
for.
rest of the
based off
films,
of what I've
gang.
interpreted of, you know, let's just speak in this context,
He was just a hating ass
Christianity
nigga,
and
bro.
all that.
But I'm saying,
If you're a fake believer, you're not getting through the gates.
That's what I'm saying.
You're
But
not
that's the
making it through.
That's what I'm saying. Is that he did all.
Like,
He
even
did
if
all
you
that.
like, oh,
but
I
there's a
lived a
reason.
good life,
Yeah.
If you ain't really believing, you ain't walking through this.
And you
shit.
watched the movie, you know that nigga was capped because he was saying like, "Oh, all this shit, whatever. I don't care if it's true, and I just don't believe. I'm tired of this shit. I don't believe what this nigga Morpheus is talking about. So I'm gonna do my own thing. Him doing his own thing.
he's basically saying it would be better to live in a simulation
Then wait
than
on
to be in real life suffering, eating the same goop and all that shit.
with the understanding that Neo is not the one. That's his belief. Is that Neo? But he's wrong. The nigga's just wrong.
Well,
The nigga
that's
was
fake
the
at the end
one.
of the day. So what I'm
Type
saying,
shit.
that's what I'm saying.
Because that's the
People
difference
live
between belief
hard
and faith.
lives and they justify it through their belief.
Type shit.
Whether they're lying to themselves, whether they're right, it doesn't matter as long as it's going to help them overcome or get
Who
through.
wrote The Matrix?
That's powerful.
The Wachowski sisters.
Very smart. Masterpiece. For real. I'm sorry I didn't watch that shit till 24 years of my life, but it made me think about this. And it's the same thing. If we were indeed in a
So you
simulation,
only watched it because of AI?
look at that, right?
Wait, really? It recommended it to you to watch The Matrix?
I was like, what forms of art or content? Like, I knew they were gonna give me The Matrix, but I also wanted to see
Nigga's
if there
been
were other
recommending this
options.
movie all his life. Nigga was like, nah.
sometimes you got to hear from a
ChatGPT
different
was
source.
like, hey, you might want to check this out.
When a
Nigga said,
robot
you know
told
what?
me, when a robot told me, I was like, oh, this nigga-
ChatGPT
So-
made you watch
so
that shit, and it was like,
so
so
let
just
me-
remember,
hold on,
nigga.
can I
Let me
say
ask
this
you
one point?
right?
Don't forget.
What?
If we were indeed in a simulation, I do not believe it actually matters as long as it feels real.
Die in the Matrix,
To
you
us.
die in real life, though.
With the rules, if you're applying the Matrix, I'm not talking about the Matrix. I'm just talking about if this indeed was a simulation and we weren't, as long as what
Fuck it, 'cause I'ma
that
still be doing
ignorance
me,
is
nigga.
bliss.
I'm gonna still be doing me.
And the way I
still be doing
justified
me.
still living, if this was a
What else
simulation,
can you do?
is that you got to play the game within the game. If this indeed is a simulation, if a, and it kind of does feel like it sometimes. When you feel like the external factors in your life that you can't control, whether it's politics, world powers, the economy,
Oh, for
there's only
sure.
so much you can do where you do feel like
Bro, I
there's
remember-
only so much free will and control you have over your
I was
own
reading,
life.
I was reading this book inspired by a video that I watched. It's like a small like clip retelling like some chapter from this book called "The Story of Your Enslavement," and they're talking about how like we're all just like we're all just like human livestock. You feel me? Like, we're human livestock to the 1%. Like they put us in these big, you know,
Stables.
like essentially
Institutions.
making us think that we have all these freedom and these liberties that we really don't have, just for us to continue to produce, to make more livestock for them to make more money off of our bodies.
Yeah, we're labor.
Like, damn, man, it's just crazy.
We're labor.
It's
to
like,
them.
fuck it. I'm gonna do what I can in the space that I have.
It's all
I'm
about the
gonna do what I
game.
gotta
and
do.
that's why you got to play the game within the game. If you recognize a bit of this is out of our control, create your own meaning for this shit. You feel me? Create your own objectives. Play the game within it. Sometimes the game will tell you, a video game will tell you like, go do this, go do that. You be like, nah, I'm not to walk around. I'm not just chill and do this. You got to do what is gonna make you feel purposeful within your journey.
Feel like that nigga's funny, bro.
No, that nigga's comedy though.
So let me ask you this, right? You got the latest, like you got GPT-4, so you pay for it to be even able to like work off of things that are currently happening right now.
You pay for it monthly or what's the
monthly? $20, the best $20 a month.
So if you ask ChatGPT right now, what does it think about the Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion situation? What do you think it's gonna say?
I don't know if it'll have enough information on it to
Interesting.
do so. I wouldn't ask a question like that.
Why not? You seem to
Because-
ask anything else?
Well, at least with the simulation theory, there's like studies and things that for years now, this is not a new concept that came like out the door. So it like has, so whatever information is pulling, it can like, I would hope decipher from valid sources and whatnot. What do you want it to pull from? Fucking complex articles and Twitter tweets?
I don't know.
I
I
wouldn't
don't use
know.
that shit.
I wouldn't know. Was that
I'm
your
about to say,
segue
yeah.
to talk
Yeah, I
about
feel like you
niggas?
was talking about that too long. I was like, the conversation's kind of
That
dying.
nigga was sick of that shit.
I thought we was cooking, but do you
I feel him though.
now I feel like I'm going back into simulation mode. Now I gotta talk about this bullshit,
That's the reality of this world, bro. As a podcaster, you chose this shit.
right?
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold you. Yeah, these niggas, everybody just getting old, bro.
Too old for this type of behavior. No bullshit. But before we get into that, hey man, you already know how we rocking. It's bad for the community.
Yeah.
If you don't know, for the last 30 goddamn minutes. But I feel like we kicked it off right, so now we can get into some
You
bullshit.
didn't have faith in me, man.
I thought that was a
Yeah.
conversation for the
Yeah.
end of the pod, but hey man, we can start off. I'm glad. Hey, a part of me is glad we didn't kick it off with the whole Nicki Minaj shit, because I know that's how every other pod is gonna kick their shit off. But it's Rob the 508 God. I got St. Yves to my left.
Real niggas back in the house again.
Ain't Nicks in the room.
You.
And we back.
What?
I know. Hey, how you
You
doing?
broke the simulation.
I'm happy. No bullshit. This nigga not following the script
The
code.
nigga was like, you
It's a
gotta do
glitch.
me. I was like, I gotta show that it's not, I'm you know what I mean? I'm gonna do my own thing. I gotta show that it's possible. No bullshit.
I'm not fucking.
You know what I mean?
What you don't know is it's in the code to do that every 1 out of 400 pods for you to do that, for you to get off the script.
Tough.
It's in there. It's all in the algorithm, man.
That shit really glitched because we're not even close to 200 pods.
I'm saying 1 out of 400. It could.
One out of-
And I guess it could be.
yeah.
Yeah.
that's-
I'm looking at it as you have to complete 400 for it to
So-
repeat the cycle.
But it's the percentage.
To be back in the music space, right? Megan Thee Stallion, she just dropped her single Hiss. She had a music video associated with it. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I think that shit is hard as fuck. And in that song, she's spitting and she's
Yeah, Megan's nice.
everyone could catch these shots,
Yeah, no.
nigga. Whether it
That
was
shit was hard.
Drake, whether it was Nicki, whether it was God knows who else, Tory. She said, yo, if y'all fuck with that nigga so much, write a letter to that nigga. Download JPay.
That's
Put
not
that
even
nigga's
dissing
money in his
Tory.
books.
That's dissing his fans and niggas still defending him and shit like that.
Like shit.
No
Like yo,
bullshit, because there's no reason for it to diss that nigga.
he's in jail. Like,
I'm like, it's over for that nigga. Like he's suffering the consequences. Like yeah, but for his fans, y'all niggas is wilding. Why niggas still being like Tory Lane's my favorite artist?
You know why, bro?
Have
not
some,
gonna lie,
have
bro.
some
Think about it.
self-respect, bro. No
Tory
bullshit.
is an
I'm
amazing
not jacking
artist.
that.
No,
He
but
did a
like-
terrible thing. He deserves. He made his bed.
There's
He's
a
gonna
way-
lay in it. Still amazing music.
I was
But to
not
say
really
that he's
jacking
your
like
favorite artist still is like,
I didn't say
where's your-
favorite. Favorite
No,
is
no,
kind
not.
of
I'm-
OD. Oh, but people,
yeah,
y'all
I
feel.
don't
y'all
even think
feel-
you ever said he was your favorite.
I
Did you?
feel- No.
That's what I'm saying. Like that wouldn't even. But I'm saying like for niggas that say that he's your favorite artist, like have some self-respect, bro. Like you know what I mean? Because niggas is gonna look at you different.
No, I've come to the conclusion that a lot of these niggas just don't like women.
Oh, that's a fact.
And I'm not
niggas-
saying
some
like
niggas, yeah.
on some like sexuality shit. Like they just like they don't value a woman as much as they value or respect the man.
Bro.
Yeah.
No bullshit. Like they
You
be saying some
word,
shit.
hold
I'm
on.
like,
You
whoa.
just realized that?
No, but like, cause I'm like,
I've come to
there's
the
certain things, bro.
realization.
Like, I'm reading certain
Niggas
shit, and
be
I just be reading shit. I'm
misogynist,
like,
bro.
I'm like, that was a nasty thing for you to say. It's like, what do you mean by that? It's just because like, yeah, you don't really value women.
Yo, I had the real, and I don't know if we want to really get into that bad because that's a whole nother
It's facts,
rabbit
though.
hole in itself. But like, it really,
Facts.
I had a realization a couple weeks ago where it's like, bro, the over sexualization of our culture is the doom for us, bro.
Over sexualization of our culture is a doom for us.
Doom for it's becoming more
Elaborate on
normalized, but I genuinely believe that shit is gonna bring harm to our culture, bro. How we raise young men, the fact that they're just so exposed to this shit from the jump, and it's
Hey, yo, Nate, Yeah, because what you said made me think about what this nigga sent in the chat. That nigga Speed, bro.
Yeah,
That shit was wild.
Yeah.
Oh, what, like him like fake nutting on
Yeah,
himself?
but it's like even like doing like mocking it. It's like that's just wild.
It's just
bro.
becoming too
What the
normalized.
fuck?
It's like you imagine. So then, if that's all the shit that you're
What you
consuming,
expect from that nigga? That nigga fucking
it's
I'm
content
sorry.
creation.
I just don't want to
hate
like
it,
these
bro.
niggas.
is
That niggas
not
gonna be
good
30 one day looking back like, why was I doing
Why
all
would I
that?
do that?
You don't care.
Like,
You got
why
the
did I
bread.
upload all that to the internet? Like,
You won't care. I promise you won't care.
Yeah,
And if he
Shit.
does, he's not gonna do anything about it, so it doesn't matter.
but that
None of
over
this shit
sexualization, that's like, bro, you know how many like women just like casually have conversation with people you have in your life, and like I'm telling you, good percent. I don't want to put a number. Good percentage of them can say like at one point in their life they were sexually assaulted.
It's a
That's not
large
crazy.
percentage.
Very large percentage. You feel me? Like, and that's not a woman's fault. That's the men's fault. That's
And you know what a man would say? Men too.
nah, bro.
Type shit, right? Like, what the
percentage
fuck
is
are you
not
talking
even
about?
close,
That's not what we're
bro.
saying right
And
now.
it's not to
And
say
even-
men don't get
But
sexually
but you don't
assaulted.
even have to say that.
You feel me?
That's
But
not even what we're talking about
I'm
right
hip.
now.
I'm hip.
So why would niggas say that?
that's like saying all
You
lives
feel
matter
me?
type shit, right?
Like, what's
Yeah.
wrong with you niggas? Like,
Nah, bro,
shut
it's
up.
disgusting, bro.
Like, I don't get it. Like,
It's disgusting. And
because
I-
again, like to them, it's like if it's centered around women or anything like that, then it has to be about men too. If men are the problem, they'll be like, no.
men are
They're
the
like,
problem for
even if
sure,
men
bro.
are the problem, men are still the solution. Hell, talk to us. Like, you know, it's like, no, nigga, like,
you're the men
are the
it's not
problem,
related
they're
to
the
you right now.
solution.
I have
They're like, talk to us, let us in. You're like, what's the
I
fuck
have
is wrong with
6 little sisters, bro.
niggas? Damn, my fault.
It is a damn. It is a damn. You feel me?
Honestly, no, I don't get why it's a damn.
That's a lot. That's a lot
of sisters, bro.
That's
I mean,
a
I
lot
think
of
6 kids in
siblings, bro.
general, but like you making it seem like it's a damn because this is all like.
No,
If
you're,
you're
you're
little girls,
assuming
like,
that,
If you
bro.
knew the circumstances, it's a damn
It
moment
was the
for sure.
6 that got me.
Okay,
like,
I'm like just 'cause
having
they're
one
all
little
girls,
sister
I'm like,
is like whatever, but having 6 little sisters is a force. Having 6 little brothers is a force. That's just
I was about
nuts.
to say, I think just a number.
I love, and I care for all of them. And the thing is, they're getting to that age where it's like now I feel a responsibility to have certain conversations with them, and it's so unfortunate that I had to have those type of conversations with them about internet safety or about like just being aware of your surroundings and all that. Not because you're doing anything wrong.
Why is it unfortunate?
You don't think it's unfortunate that I gotta explain to my little sister who wants to play a video game that like, yo, don't chat with just anybody you see?
Why is the
No.
conversation unfortunate?
It's unfortunate that conversation needs to be had, not that
I see what you're
conversation
saying,
itself. Like,
but make
you
it
would think
specific
that-
to them though.
I don't want to make it too specific.
Now
but
make it specific, not to your sisters. But I'm saying make it specific to women though, because that's something that we talk to every child about. You shouldn't just be doing that. There's child
I feel like,
predators, which is unfortunate. But like if you're gonna,
that's just an
you know what I
example
mean?
of like a young, like having
that's
young
all
women in my
kids, though.
life.
I talked to my nephew about that too. I'm
You,
like, don't
you
be
don't
on
think it's
there
a
with these
little more
strangers.
skewed toward one gender than the
Hey,
other?
Explain why it is. Be explicit. That's what
Okay,
I'm saying.
okay, fine,
Because that's
fine,
what niggas do too.
I feel
Is that
you.
niggas be trying to make it seem like it's more important for young women, but then they don't say why or whatever because they're saying
All
like,
right,
oh,
you
it's
get on a
whatever.
game, you would think it's a kid's game. You know what I mean? You hop on a kid's game, you chatting with other kids, but that's not always the case. It could be an adult on that other side of the end.
Yeah.
And then imagine, God forbid, they tell you, yo, let's meet up. Or you messaging them, send me this, send me
Yeah.
that, whatever the case is. And then that's how you kidnapping, prostitution, like all of this, getting sexually assaulted. And all those things could change the course of your fucking life and affect how you deal with other people, your relationships that you have, your social interaction skills, and all that. And I'm just saying the reason is specific to the young women because it just happens to them disproportionately.
Mhm.
It's sad that it happens to anybody at all, but the facts are it just happens to them disproportionately. But that's why I didn't want to get into the rabbit hole, but it is things that be on my
Y'all got
mind.
any weird
It's
uncles?
disgusting, bro. Huh?
Y'all got any weird uncles?
I wouldn't know, but like, who's to say? Like, yo, that's the
I wouldn't doubt
bullshit.
it.
You feel me? Like, who's to
like,
say,
maybe,
bro?
though. I
Like,
wouldn't
doubt
it'd
it,
be
bro.
mad unfortunate, but like,
Yeah, my uncle's mad old, so
who the fuck knows?
They're
Yo,
off their game if they were.
the reality is, we all have a dark version ourselves that nobody else knows, bro. And we'll never speak on it because it's the worst version of yourself you don't want to bring to the light. But we
Or,
all got a dark version of
From what I've
ourselves.
seen, sometimes niggas be proud of that shit, bro.
I mean, I think we're seeing it right now.
No bullshit. Niggas be proud of that shit, and then their family just don't. They enable the shit. They be like, "Oh, I'm gonna just keep my kids away from you," but they don't do anything about it. I'm like, so
Because they're in a position where it's like, this is a person I love, but I also couldn't even believe and
Why you
fathom.
love that nigga?
because there was love before for years on end, decades or whatever, and then you find this thing out that like completely shifts how you view it, and now you're conflicted.
Love is so conditional, bro. Love is the most conditional thing on earth,
that's
bro.
why there's also
I
unconditional
love this
love.
nigga Lamar Jackson, bro. We lose tomorrow, nigga.
My nigga,
I'll
that
tell you
is
this
not the
right
same
now.
thing.
Nigga, love is love, bro.
No.
And I'll tell you right
your
now,
love to
nigga,
a football player
we
is not
lose
the
that shit.
same.
Hey, I still rock with you, but that love word kind of strong. Hey, you was my uncle. I love you, but not anymore, nigga. You was touching kids? Whoa. I do not love people like that. I'm sorry.
No. To me, there would be no question about it.
Type shit.
I find some shit out, you're cut off. Like there's no, like all
Well,
that love is like,
it becomes a little tricky when it's that
it
your
is
child.
tricky.
Now it's your child. Now
but
what?
at that point,
I don't give a fuck whose kid
all
it is,
hell
bro.
breaks loose. I don't give a fuck. Because if you
Do you
can,
think your mother would say the same for you?
Yep, for a fact.
I would hope so. I don't know. I wouldn't know.
I can tell you. I can tell you for
That's
a
why
fact.
parents speak about like this unconditional love, because like my child could be a murderer. It's like I'm still going to support them till I can't no more. Even I'm gonna acknowledge what they did is wrong, and I'm not saying I'm condoning it, but I still have love for my child.
No, that's valid.
That's unconditional
but
love.
again, like love and accountability are two different things.
you can still love
But
them.
my
for
thing
sure.
is that
I'm
my thing though is that some of the stuff, like I said, it's like, okay, word. For the niggas that be, so a lot of times, and this is from what I've seen, for a lot of times with the mom situation, it's like, okay, my son is a murderer, but it's like, that nigga also like does a bunch of good stuff. And also that nigga is doing that shit because he feels like that's what he has to do.
Murdering?
Yeah, sometimes it's like, I'm in a gang and it's like killer be killed type shit, whatever. From what I've seen,
certain
a lot of
instances.
times. There's some niggas that just be, there's some niggas that just be murderers though.
Yeah, they're
and
just
I'd be like,
tapped,
their
my
mom's
nigga.
like, I'm sorry that I got to this point. I do still have love for you, and I love you because you're my son. But if you weren't my son, clips. And then saying, but when it comes to like, say it's like my brother's a murderer, I'll be like,
Well, even the stories we
say
hear,
sorry,
reverse
say
of
your
nigga,
that.
I didn't
brother-
bring you into this world.
Well,
You're on some shit.
Let's
Sorry.
say your brother's a pedophile.
Even worse.
Do you still support him?
Fuck no.
If you're
I mean, matter of fact, nigga, I'll be that nigga's
Hold on,
downfall. Like, what the fuck?
So you're
I'm
sa-
snitching. I'm
so-
bringing all
so
the
you're
evidence.
saying-
nigga,
No, who
if
was
that you were a generational female rapper and your brother happened to be
What's
a
her name?
pedophile, would you justify still supporting him?
hell
and-
no. I'll
and
make sure
paying
that
their
nigga
lawyer
lands
bills?
under the jail. I'll rap at him while he's under there
So
too.
what do you
I'll
think-
make a diss track too.
What do you think about a woman or not a woman, but just somebody?
Yo, I can't remember her name.
How do you feel about somebody who supports a brother who's a pedophile?
Bro, let me
And
say
is
it like
also
this,
married-
bro.
Bro,
Fuck all the
it's-
beating around the bush
Also
shit, bro.
married
I'm gonna say it
to
like
a
this.
rapist.
If you fuck with Nicki Minaj to this day, you're on some bullshit. Stop dick eating. She's not even that good. And on top of that, because I'm talking about the last decade.
Monster
Y'all niggas
was
is
like
bugging.
15 years
Type
ago,
shit.
nigga.
So
like,
let's let that shit die, right? Real quick. That's the first thing, right? She was tough though. Don't get me wrong. She was
At a
tough.
point.
She's not been tough for the last 10.
ever since
right?
Safari split, I don't
So
know.
that's one thing. And then the second thing is you watched her defend pedophiles, rapists, all this shit, have kids with the niggas, and you still stood by her while she stood by them. And you was like, yeah, nah,
Yeah.
I mean, that's fine. But the music, nigga, fuck the music.
Fuck the music.
Nigga, fuck you too. You're bugging.
And
That
on
shit's-
top of that-
nah, like real life, that shit's dumb. Like you're probably not that smart.
Scratch on
if
it.
your
That's
case. Like,
enough. That's
dumb.
enough for me to just disregard you. But just the hate that she gives to every female rapper who's just got a little buzz going
She's a
on.
fucking
it's their
loser.
season. She's a miserable ass person, bro. She did it with Cardi.
Yep.
She did it with. She did a whole collab with Meg. She was besties and all that, and now she's shitting on Meg like crazy all over Instagram. She's making jokes about getting shot in the foot, and she's saying that
Yeah.
she sucks dick for
And
beats and shit.
that-
Like,
I'm not even.
wrong
I don't
way.
even. Honestly though, I don't know
Ice
why
Spice,
she's.
you might be next.
I don't
Tread
know why
lightly.
she's. Here's what I say. I don't know why she's coming at Meg like that. I don't really care. The only problem I have with her coming
she's
at
hot.
Meg, whatever. I don't know. The only reason why I have a problem with her coming at Meg is because Meg is also great. I feel like if whatever personal problems you have, it's like you're old enough to where you can settle that shit offline. I don't care about that. Whatever, if
Right.
that's your problem, or settle it through the music at the very least. Regardless, I'm not picking sides on that shit because that shit's corny to me. But what I do think Nicki's a loser, but I think she's a loser because you shouldn't be attacking other great artists. Like, unless you're gonna respond through music. If you're so great, do it through the music. That's corny to me. You're a loser for that. Greatness speaks for itself. And then on top of that, your husband, sex offender. So is
Yeah,
your
like,
brother.
it's just not even
I
comparable.
don't
my
know.
nigga,
I'm like,
at
yeah,
all.
bro. I just can't fuck with you. And anyone that fucks with her for real, like that shit's nuts to me, bro. Like I can understand if it's like opportunities or she helped put you on or whatever it is, but it's like civilians.
'Cause what
What the fuck are you
Megan,
doing? Like, what are you
like,
doing in real life? Why are we
for her to
bumping?
be responding the way she is, obviously, it's because she's triggered by what Meg Thee Stallion said. Do you know the exact lyric? I don't remember off the top of my head, but like
She
the
has a
word,
Megan's Law
which is
lyric.
I was like, that was clever. I was like, I see
I
what you
think that's
just did.
because
You feel
for
me?
anybody
Like,
who doesn't know what Megan's Law is, it's the law that requires like what's it called? Sexual predators or anybody convicted of just
Anyone
sexual
that's a
assault.
sex
You know,
offender.
you feel me?
Yeah.
You're a sex offender.
Gotta be
you
registered.
gotta register every single year.
So boom, it's like, yo, she drops that line. You feel me? It's like, oh, I'm attacking the people that are around you that you're associated with because of their actual wrongdoing.
What
What they're,
I
what
not even been talking about her.
you said,
She
what?
could've just- she could've just been like, I'm
talking
shitting,
about
like-
how people are sex
Hey, but it's-
offenders, bro.
hey, the thing
I'm not
is,
saying that she's not.
That shit, the
I'm saying
shoe
that.
fits for those people
Yeah,
in her
type
life.
shit,
So
type
it's
shit,
like,
type
you
shit.
feel me?
You know she
And she
doing.
I'm
feels
not
triggered
saying that.
by
I'm saying that she might not have been talking about Nicki specifically. She could have been talking about a
So
whole
be it,
like
right?
that
Probably
line
was.
applies to mad people,
But she
in
probably
general,
was. She probably
Sure.
was. Let's be honest.
Sure.
including
right?
Nicki.
including her, because it is applicable to the people in her life. But for her to then
Nah,
respond,
she had to kill with that nigga, bro.
for Nicki Minaj to then
That's
respond,
inexcusable.
to respond with making jokes of her situation being a victim of getting shot. I mean, from a nigga
Hold on,
who's
hold on,
suffering
hold on.
from
I don't
fucking.
want. I
That's
don't want to
fine.
live on.
No, that's corny,
no,
bro.
no.
Because like you're not. Yeah,
I don't want to live on a
you.
high ground.
I don't want to. I didn't attack you. I
Nah,
attacked your
no, hold
husband
on.
and your brother.
Hold on.
You feel me?
Yves,
Why are you
Yves,
attacking me,
Yves,
the victim in this
We
situation?
are hip hop fans.
Nah, that's
listen,
corny.
And
I'm
she
sorry.
puts that shit in the
that's not
music.
hip-hop.
The reason
Attack-
this is ass
Listen.
is because it was
was
ass.
poorly
It was
executed.
ass.
It's poorly
What did she
executed.
say?
No, listen.
Nicki
She
shit
said-
was
I
poorly
don't
executed.
fuck with that.
Mind you,
Yo,
she's responding. If she's responding to Nicki because Nicki mentioned her on the project.
So Nicki said this, right?
So
On her
it's like, what we
Instagram
talking
Live. She either played a snippet or she was rapping this out loud, right? And she
Yeah, it
said,
was being
bad
played. It
bitch,
was
she
being
looked like
played.
6 foot. I call her Bigfoot. The bitch fell off. I said, get up on your good foot.
Yeah,
That's corny.
Ass. First
it's
of all,
not even. It's just
good foot,
bad,
big
bro.
foot. That's just bad rhyming. Like, come on, bro. Rhyme scheming 101. Those do not rhyme. Multi-syllable. Come on, what are we doing?
Yeah, it doesn't rhyme like the same. If it's the same
Big-
word, it's not a rhyme.
Yeah, no, bad.
Breaking it down. Hey,
but
it's not a rhyme.
I don't want to
like-
live on a moral high ground. If she dropped a diss track and then put all those things layered, at the end of the day, the ultimate trump card is you got a pedophile for her brother and you got a rapist for her husband. So at the end of the day, you should
That
probably
nigga
just
can't take
you
yourself
probably
to
should
the
just not.
park.
You probably should not
He
talk
can't
to
drop a rhyme at
anybody.
school.
But if she kept it in the music, I'd respect
That's
it.
nuts.
But for her to go on her rant and tirade, it's just so corny and it makes her look so miserable as a human being and as a person who most people would consider like a legend in our game. It just sounds like you're deteriorating your legacy with all the bullshit that you're doing. Just float into not irrelevancy, but just stop getting yourself into the beast. You are an easy target. Stop. Stop. Just stop. And to all her cultist fucking fans, get a life. Do something with your life. Y'all weird. I seen it myself.
Hey, tread lightly, man.
No, fuck them, nigga.
You
I
really-
survived.
you've been through
what
this
doesn't
once,
kill you
nigga.
makes you stronger, nigga.
Shit.
You barely survived. Man. I'm not gonna hold you.
Shit.
I'm here to this day. I was
Why
not
they
worried.
had you,
Why you
nigga.
delete the tweets, nigga?
They had you, nigga.
I only
no
deleted the
bullshit.
tweet so it wasn't on
Nah.
my. I didn't want to be associated with it, bro.
Yeah.
I didn't. It was some
You was
bullshit.
overwhelmed.
No,
They was getting you, nigga.
Bro, come on, bro. I love my life, bro. Like on some real life shit. I am not these niggas who could get
No one said-
who
no
get
one- no
attacked
one's
on the
questioning
internet
you loving your
and
life
feel
or
like
not.
I'm mad.
that's gonna
No
affect
one-
me.
you're
I
bringing
know,
up
nigga.
shit
Them niggas
no
said
one's
they
even
was about to
speaking
find
about.
where you
Yo,
work.
yo, yo.
They was about to start
That
putting
shit
bad
happened.
reviews and
I was
shit.
like,
Nigga, you was so
Content.
confident. You
I
put
said-
the GIF up. You said, "I'm a one-man army. Let's go. I'm ready."
and I made jokes about it afterwards.
So then why you?
Nigga said,
why, so what
I guess I
happened?
was wrong.
Because now it's over. Now it's done, and it's like I don't need it to stay there. It's over. It's done.
What is it being that?
I had
What's
my
the
fun.
harm of it being?
I
there?
had my fun. Now you're not allowed to have fun.
So
on
when
it.
you make a tweet about something, let's say you're
I delete tweets all the time. Let's be honest.
okay. 'Cause I was about to say, let's say you
All the time.
predicted, yo, like so and so's gonna win this game tonight. You was wrong. You gonna delete that?
I'll be
Because it's like it's irrelevant now.
I
It
might
was wrong?
I might delete my live tweets because now they're not applicable anymore. People can't.
Interesting.
If I tweet in the moment that like, yo, Jason Tatum just did the craziest shit, 2 weeks from now, niggas are not gonna know the context to that. But
so
the
you
people,
go back and delete it.
I might not go back 2 weeks later. I might literally just delete it the day after.
That's interesting. Why?
'Cause
So
it's
why
ju-
even tweet it?
It's not relevant. Because in the moment, people are having a live conversation. Like the people who see it know what I'm talking about. But after that, there's no purpose to it.
What,
And I might not.
what harm is it doing
I
with
might
it
not
being
always
there?
do it. I might not always do it. But sometimes I might look at it and be like,
Bro.
that's it. I just delete it. It's not that deep.
It's not deep.
bro. Deleting tweets is nuts.
It's not
bro.
deep. So I think it being
You
there is
gotta leave
also
them
not
shits
deep.
up, bro.
No, you don't.
Come on,
No
bro.
one can tell you how to use your Twitter.
Nah,
do
bro.
whatever
That's
the
real.
fuck you want.
First of all, you don't even got
It's more
Twitter.
so I think
You
it's just
got
like-
X.
If you're gonna delete it,
So
then it's
you
like, why
already
even do
you
it?
already not saying
If
that.
it's
Right.
something that
Tweet is
could,
a
if it's something that could be
fleeting
on the scale of
thought.
like, oh, I could possibly delete this, then it's like, why even share?
Bro,
it?
you tweet knowing like, yo, this is set in stone. Like, this is gonna be here forever. Like, no, bro.
That's not what I said.
It's the option
That
is
ain't what
there
I
to
said,
delete. It don't matter. All right. Anyways,
Nah, don't delete your tweets though. No bullshit.
did y'all see the Drake shots that she put in the track too, Meg?
That nigga Drake got ass shots.
Woo.
You think that's true?
No,
Wait,
that's not what she meant.
she said?
That's not.
That's
She
what she
said,
said?
all these little rap niggas, all these little rap niggas so fraud. Xanax be they hardest bars. These niggas hate on BBLs and be walking around with the same scars. Real
Bullshit.
curvy, no edging. Niggas fight to get in my section. Don't speak on my body count if the dick ain't work coming back for seconds. Cosplay gangsters, fake ass accents. Posted in another nigga hood like a bad bitch.
Yeah, that
Oh,
nigga,
wait, she was really coming at this nigga.
that nigga
Yeah,
Drake.
with the fake accent, that confirmed it. But
Yeah.
nah, the reason she said the scar thing, or people think it applies
the
because
liposuction.
people think he got like ab surgery
Oh yeah,
to like sculpt his abs. Yeah,
probably did.
he probably did.
Type shit.
I'm not
A
speaking.
lot of
I'm
people.
not,
After
I'm
that
not speaking
video-
on that.
A lot of
after
people
that
trying
video
to
from
confirm
last
it.
I
week-
don't know what to say to
Nah,
that.
after the video from last week, nigga, yeah,
So
that
not
nigga definitely.
outside of the
He's
realm.
Dominican, bro. He did that shit.
But shout out to Meg, bro. I just like when people go through
Shout out
adversity
my
and
Dominicans, man.
they come back and they rap and they put it in the music and I can hear it and I love the energy. You feel me? I feel like the knock I was having was like, I feel like Meg is a super talented rapper, but I was kind of getting tired of her playing into the tropes of like, oh, my ass
Tropes is
scamming.
nuts.
I will say
I'm
this
a,
though, she's
like-
definitely going strong against
She's
the industry
bad,
now.
nigga. What?
I love it.
Because she's not gonna be getting a lot of looks from
I don't think
the
that's
niggas
true.
around it, but I don't think
Who's
she
she
needs
coming
it.
at, bro?
What do you mean? Who does she? You
Oh,
just
well,
said Drake. You
No,
just said
the
Nicki
Drake
Minaj.
one is
These are-
the Nicki.
these
I
are
don't think that. I
strong-
don't think Nicki really affects her, bro. Lotto's live to see another day. Cardi B live to see another day. The Drake one, I don't know. Maybe.
No, but you gotta understand, the industry is a lot of like holding hands as well too. You feel me?
Bro, Meg is
You coming
bad,
at
bro.
Drake, this would be-
Like, I think you niggas don't understand, bro.
What was
Like-
the issue a couple years ago? She couldn't get a future. No, I think she had to pay more than what was expected to get a future verse from him.
Bro, that's
It was
because
like
Future hate
mediocre
women,
shit.
bro.
She ended up getting
But
it.
it's like
We know that.
moving forward, like that's never gonna happen again. You feel me? Like
Maybe
you
not.
coming at his peoples and shit like that. There's gonna be a lot of people who are going to
She
isolate
will
her.
be-
Bro, they asked that
alright.
nigga.
I'm not saying she's not
bro,
gonna be good. I'm
They
just saying
asked
she gonna be
Sierra.
isolated.
They said, "Yo, how does Future like? What does he do to like take care of his kid?" She laughed. She didn't even answer. That was her response. Busting out in laughter was her response. I'm not worried about that, nigga, bro. Like I don't like. If I'm Meg, I don't even want that feature no more.
To be honest, right?
Like,
If you
that's what
stand
the
on
fuck?
things you stand on, maybe you wouldn't want it.
Hey man, and also, like I said, the reason why I'm saying Meg is bad is because it's true. One for sure, you know what I mean.
Oh,
But it's
her
also
bounce
because-
back. Let me not say a bounce
it's also
back,
'cause she's
but for her to go
tough.
through her situation, she got herself into the gym. She posted it. She looked the great. She always
All right, we're
looked
talking about
great.
two different things now. I'm saying that she's tough.
Oh,
Like,
nah,
mental
you said
fortitude.
she's bad.
I'm saying she's bad, like she's attractive, but
doubling
she's
down.
a bad, like, you know what I mean? You know, like,
All
a bad
fronts.
motherfucker. Like, she's bad.
All
Like, she's
fronts.
not about to, like, she's not bowing down to these niggas. Like, she don't care. You feel me? Like,
Mm-hmm.
she's above that shit because she's a lot more talented than most other artists, right? But also because she has, like, a community around her that cares about her and is gonna make sure that she's cared for, you feel me? And, like, because of that, none of that shit matters. Like, Nicki can say what she wants. Everyone can say what they want, you feel me? But it's like, at the end of the day, like, she's Meg. She's the Stallion for a reason, you feel me? Like, she's tough.
Facts. You know what? It's very
You don't wanna go back
unfortunate
and
with
forth with
Nicki
her on
because at the end of the
Song
day,
to song. That's not gonna work.
she's too old, and there's a lot of niggas, a lot of you niggas that are just too old to be going back and forth with on the internet.
So it's
corny
cool when you're
behavior.
young because Ice Spice and Lotto about to be going back and forth.
I mean,
Bro.
it's a little bit more like
Not gonna lie,
within
though.
the age range, but like, nigga, you got a family.
I think
Like,
it's in
They
general.
shouldn't be beefing, bro.
I think in general,
I feel
it's
like
like,
light-skinned people shouldn't hate each other. I
like
don't
what
know.
are we
Like,
going
that's-
back and
that's
forth
crazy.
about?
That's
I'm doing
weird.
me, you doing you. Like what the fuck is there
Oh.
to really be going back and forth?
can I be on? I'm not really gonna get into this like Lotto and Ice Spice thing, but I will say Ice
Not even
Spice
the
has
fuck.
disappointed me in her development. Like I always knew when I heard Munchin
Did
shit,
you-
I never was gonna take her like seriously as like a
I'm just-
lyrical
I'm
rapper.
trying to say this as
But you would
appropriately
think-
as possible. Did you think the output was going to be high?
I thought that with the look that the traction she was getting and the buzz that was surrounding her, that she would get a team and a machine to like craft her into a superstar.
That's
You
not
know what I
why-
mean?
That's not why she's famous though.
I know, but I would think that like it's like, okay, I know you got off with this Munch shit, but we gotta like turn you into an actual artist so that you can maintain, because if you just stay in this lane, what's gonna inevitably happen is you're gonna fall off like all these people
Don't
who
think
are
she's an
one trick
artist?
ponies. No, I don't fucking think she's an artist with that bullshit that she just dropped.
Oh,
What is
man.
bitch just think they this shit? They're
not even a fuck.
Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like,
I'm not gonna hold you. That's just kind of tough.
I would have hoped the
Not the rest of it though, but that line kind of tough to me. I
never thought she was gonna become Lauryn Hill, but damn, like,
you're not even the fuck.
Let me give you an example.
Bitches be thick, but I'm thicker.
Bitches
be rich, but I'm richer.
Lauryn Hill?
I said I was never expecting her to be no Lauryn Hill. I'm just saying the best case scenario I could see her trajectory. What I thought in the beginning was like, look at Cardi B, right? When Cardi B first came out on the scene, she was a very raw talent, and no one was looking at her like, oh, her music, this, that, like it was like prolific or anything like that. But once that Bodak Yellow shit dropped, put a team around her, a machine around her, and now she's crafting actual hits. Like, Be Careful. She's working
before that though.
Bad Bunny or working with the Spanish artist like Bruno Mars and shit. And she's dropping different. Actual hits.
Them circumstances are very, very different.
I will say,
why is it that different? They're from the same area, doing the like blowing
Ice
up all
Spice
the same
was
shit.
19, 20 years old. Famous. Cardi B was a grown woman. And she was like, she has things that's like, yo, I'm
she didn't have
like
kids.
Right, she didn't have no kids. You're right.
She was already famous.
I know she was on what's it called?
I don't know the show.
Hip hop and
she was already famous.
Love and Hip Hop, yeah.
Was it Love and Hip Hop? I don't know, but she was already famous.
I understand.
And she'd been rapping longer than Ice Spice.
But no one, it's not like anyone like took her super serious when she was making like gangsta bitch music or whatever the shit was called. Like, I was in high school. There was girls listening to Cardi B, like her mixtapes and shit. So I heard her name and I never thought like, oh, this is anybody I wanted to check out. But by the time Invasion of Privacy came out, that was a polished artist.
So you don't think that just comes down to the person actually wanting more out of themselves?
Oh, I mean, I'm thinking that's Ice Spice wanted that.
But what did she do? What did she do that showed you that?
It wasn't that what she did. It was more of what her potential could have been with all the attention that was on her. I would have thought like if you wanted to see longevity within your career, that's the route you should have taken, but you didn't. And if this is the way you're gonna go about it, you will not be around. Like Ice Spice would just not be around a couple of years from now, bro.
So.
I mean, I'm not knocking it now because I don't think she's going to become anything. But if she was to eventually have became like on a Cardi B trajectory, that would have been cool.
Hey, man, I'm not going to hold you. You sound like an old head, bro.
What?
A little bit. Yeah, because it sounds like you're hating on her. You're hating on her lane.
What's her lane?
Because her lane is just making fun music. And just,
fuck all that.
Just cooling it.
Fuck all that. I don't like shit like that.
Working, bro. She's thick, bro. Shit look good.
The reason I don't like it,
because like the way I'm interpreting what you're saying,
sound fun. Like,
especially when I'm like, I don't think they're going for the same thing. Cardi B was at a point where she's like, I want to be up in that conversation with Nicki.
Type shit.
When?
Cardi B has never.
What are you talking about?
What?
That's her whole thing.
Cardi B.
Ice Spice Cardi B said she wanted to be in that conversation.
She used to rap about it. That's how I know he's not a real Cardi B-er.
Bro, she was never over here like, yo, I'm trying to be in a conversation, a GOAT female rapper.
Yeah, this nigga not a real Cardi B.
Find me the song.
Nigga, it's how she talks. It's, like, what are you talking about?
You can say Ice Spice talks.
No, she doesn't.
Ice Spice has never said, I'm out here trying to be the best.
She actually says the opposite every time. She was like, I'm absolutely not the best.
She does not carry herself like that.
What did she say in the
interviews all the time? Oh, she'd be like, do not, that's not the type of shit that I'm doing.
Lying to herself. But the reason
she's lying to herself, or you want something for her that she doesn't want?
No. Okay, you're jumping because like you're not listening to what I'm saying for you to misinterpret that. I'm saying she couldn't say anything other.
No, you're not explaining yourself correctly.
You're jumping over me. She couldn't say anything otherwise because then she'd be lying to herself. That was the point I was making. But the reality is this. The reason I don't like it is not because like, yo, get your money, but it's the same thing with the Sexy Red shit.
Let me ask you this,
I think it waters down the quality of music.
No, don't jump over him because then we're not going to let him explain himself.
No bullshit. Thank you very much.
Because he's still wrong. No. Like, because you explained yourself now, and it's like,
it's not about being right or wrong. I just don't. I think it waters down the quality of the music, and I feel like it lowers down the barriers of entry. It makes people feel like I can get away with this bullshit. I can get rich off of doing some bullshit, and then the quality goes down. That's why you see hip hop quality gone down.
From what they want from themselves.
I'm saying in general, bro. I don't care. I don't have any.
You literally said she disappointed me because she did not meet my expectations.
No,
that was nuts.
I had an. I disappointed myself.
I had an expectation.
I disappointed myself.
That's not what you said, though. That's not what you said. It's on video and recording.
Yo, the biggest
into a
what
microphone.
I thought my prediction just wasn't correct.
That's what you should have said.
It wasn't what I wanted for her.
It's
it's not something I wanted for her. An expectation. I just had a prediction.
But you should have been like, I was wrong about Ice Spice.
I was wrong about
now
my
it sounds like you was like one of them old heads. Like, look at her, she's letting me down, man.
I'll go back to my point. It's not niggas jumping over you.
Did you like when she was shaking her ass?
You didn't explain yourself right.
I wasn't liking just cuss.
But no. But that's not what I'm asking you. Did you like when she bent over? The hands on the pussy shit and she was shaking it? Was you rocking with that?
thought it was a bit laughable.
But no. Did you enjoy the content that you were absorbing?
No.
Cap.
This nigga's lying.
Now niggas lying for fun. For free and for fun. But nigga, we all like that shit. I still watch them videos. It comes up on my timeline. I'm not skipping it. I like what I see.
They trying to get me in trouble.
I like what I see.
They trying to get me
I
in
like
trouble.
what I see. But I'm not gonna listen to the music because I don't like the music. But I like what I see.
So you just be watching that shit on mute?
Oh man.
I don't watch it on mute. Well, I guess yeah, you could say that.
Y'all niggas
I watched the
laugh.
music video for the fart shit though. That shit was tough.
Oh man, okay. So we got to
Thank you to
continue on
shit,
with the simulation.
bitch.
We got to talk about
Not
celebrity
even the
culture
fuck.
once again, which I really don't
That's
like.
what I'm gonna say
But
next.
I think it's really and I want to keep this brief.
Saw
'cause
Eminem
I
diss Coilerado. I gotta throw that in there. That shit was funny.
Why you do that?
I thought he did Benzino.
He did, but he also was like, guess she's never getting a feature now.
Oh, I see. Okay. I mean, the Eminem feature doesn't hit the same in 2024. But I really want to keep this short because I don't think it's worth something talking about. But I do
Must
think
not know who that white man is.
baseline, I think it's weird as fuck that people really like were analyzing that whole Young Thug, Mariah the Scientist call.
Oh,
from
that's where he's
prison.
going with it.
That shit was funny.
I have a better conversation. I think we could stem off of
What's up?
the whole Kendrick Lamar thing. When he premiered,
I don't know what you were
Kendrick.
talking about.
So he premiered this song, and I don't have it on me, but
Or at
there was
least
a
like
song that he
clip of the
played
song.
for
Some fashion
the
show.
Chanel fashion show,
Chanel.
right? Because I think he had really deep involvements in setting it up, from like the stage design and all that. So he had premiered a song that was new and all that, and people were listening to it like, "Oh, this shit's trash," and then he's washed. And that to me was like, wait a
Washed.
minute, like where? Because I feel like in the last couple years, the grace for an artist is little to none
Clove right here.
when it comes to whatever they do creatively or the shit that they're putting out. You feel me? What is that?
There's a clove.
I don't know.
That's nuts.
But that's me. I'm on Twitter and I'm seeing so much like fucking discourse about niggas being like, yeah, like the last project was mid, da-da-da. Nigga
Whoa.
disappeared for 5
That
years,
shit was
da-da-da, and
tough.
this is what he comes out with. It's like, yo, like, why? And maybe to even what you're saying, like, why is expectation so high for artists when it's like, let niggas create, let niggas cook. Not everything's gonna be a hit. Not everything's gonna go, but like, have some fucking grace.
I mean,
Like, shit.
I want to give you pushback because
it's Kendrick though.
Kendrick is a legendary act. I can never take what his discography's put out.
Any
I can
artist
never
that-
take it away. But if you just analyze the last 5, it's like a basketball player, like your favorite basketball player, like averaging 40,
But here's
30.
the-
Let me
I thought we
averaging
said that's
30
corny.
and 40. It's like Kobe.
I thought we said this is corny.
No,
Facts.
I'm just
This is
no.
nuts.
It's not a
Tomo
direct
was right,
comparison,
bro.
but I'm just saying with Kobe Bryant, right? It's like I got to witness great years of success, and then eventually that nigga tore his Achilles, and I'd never seen the same version of him.
So here's my pushback to that,
again.
right?
How would niggas
Here's my
explain
pushback
shit
to
if
that.
basketball didn't
If it
exist?
didn't exist, I don't know.
Here's my
bullshit.
pushback to that. Basketball is different because as you age, your body is deteriorating.
But you just
feel
having
me?
an expectation of what you
When you're
what
talking about
used to.
music, the older you get, your skill doesn't decline with your age. If anything, it may take you longer to come up with things to talk about because your life is becoming more rinse and repeat as, you know, you've probably done so many things in the last how many years of success that you had. But the older
don't
you
even
get, if
believe that.
anything, the wiser, the more sharper the fucking pen.
So I'll be more
So
specific.
I'm not jacking
I'll be
that.
more specific. With my Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, I said
shit was fire.
on this podcast, it's a great project. When it comes to replayability, I never thought that it had crazy replayability, and even how palpable it is to the ear. Like not every song like soothed my ear, like pause, like in a way where it's like I see where you're
That's
going with it.
50 bucks,
I seen
bro.
That might be
Chill out.
That's 50
That might be
bucks,
50
bro.
bills.
I seen the when I call it on myself.
That's 50 bucks, bro.
Because like, there's no pause about that.
Nigga, what do you mean? You only like most of the time people say pause about themselves because they don't want other people to say that's 50 bucks. No bullshit.
Well, we could talk about this in pause court, but I said it at the time. It's like I don't know about the replayability about this. You know, I just don't know. And there was some elements of it where it was like, there was some risks there that I didn't agree with. You feel me? And then
Yeah, some of them
anything
are
he
little-
did with Baby Keem, bro, I'm not jacking that shit. I don't like it, bro.
You're
It don't
lying.
sound good to me, bro.
You're lying.
Maybe Range Brothers.
I
That's
was about
about
to say
it,
that
bro.
because now you're gassing it.
But like,
'Cause that
bro,
shit was hard.
amazing, brother. And then the whole shit he did afterwards, that was supposed to be like a diss to Drake when Drake did the house shit and they made their own thing. Like he's
We
not.
don't fuck up the world. Excuse me, but is that your? That's just tough.
Nah, bro, not to me.
I like that song.
That's just
When
tough.
I compare it to peak Kendrick,
that twat.
when I still go back to this day, I'll be like, yo, I want to go listen to Control. I want to go listen to that BET Cypher. I want to go listen to Good Kid, Mad City.
Right?
It doesn't
As a
hit
fan
the
of
same.
someone, right? You would naturally want them to improve, to grow, right?
I don't
keep putting out art.
Sure.
How do you expect someone to make art that is either, which I don't know how you really scale it, is better than other things that they've done without experimenting and finding different ways to recreate the things that they can do?
This nigga would never survive as a
I'm
child.
the person on the couch who always says, just because it's experimental don't mean it's not
That's
some
not what
bullshit.
I just said, though.
Okay.
I said that
How do I judge
experimentation
it?
is necessary to evolve, to make new things. That's what I said.
Sure. Now, I'm not expecting you to put out the same content that you put out before, because that's what before was for. You feel me?
Facts. The music is there. You can listen to it whenever you want.
Those things can shift, but it still got to sound good, bro.
No, it doesn't.
It still has to sound good, pleasing to my ears.
No, it doesn't.
Beyonce can change the direction of her album, and it can sound completely different from her last album.
Well,
but guess what? The offering that she gave me sounded good to my ears.
Well,
I wanted to
everything
replay
has-
that.
everything
That's
has
hard
to
to compare
sound
to
good,
because
bro.
some artists are way more closed off in what they're willing to share.
Facts.
They're not willing to show you the things that they know. It's like, oh, this is really risky. Don't know how it's going to be received. So let me not put this out because I'm afraid of that reception.
Facts. Not everything has to be refined, bro.
I didn't say how to be refined.
But what I'm saying is that niggas is saying that Kendrick is washed.
That's crazy to
because
me.
he played an unreleased song
Like,
at a
that's
fashion
crazy
show.
to
It wasn't
me.
even on an album.
I'm like, niggas don't fuck with
But they're
artists
not,
for real.
I hear
they're
what
not,
you're saying.
They're
I
not
hear what
reacting to this one song. They're reacting to a chain of songs that they just weren't heavy on.
Niggas is
Bro, it's
bugging.
like, okay, let me tell you. If a comedy,
Hey, man,
That just
I
shows
don't
you're
know.
not a real fan.
that's not
bullshit.
true. Don't say that. A stand-up,
facts.
I'm not talking about you. I'm
Kendrick.
not talking about you. I'm talking about
Okay,
people who feel
word.
that way.
A stand-up comedian, he has to go craft his jokes and he has to go do smaller shows to see what works with the crowd, what doesn't. He has to experiment.
Yeah.
He will fall flat. But when you put out that Netflix special, that shit better be banging. There's no room to be like, it was just experimental. You were supposed
We
to
didn't
do
say
that in
about
the background.
album, though.
I'm just in general, when you put out music,
I hear what you're saying.
But you hear what I'm saying? But do you
it's
hear what I'm
ready to
saying?
be
though?
dissected.
But do you hear what I'm saying though? Is that I'm not saying that niggas can't dissect it. I'm saying that when nigga is playing an unreleased song at a fashion show, niggas are saying he's washed and comparing it to 5 years of them not rocking with some of the stuff he put out. Those are two unrelated
That
things.
has more to do with the
because-
last 5 years.
But listen to what I'm saying though, is that the nigga's album was fire. So what are we talking
You
about?
feel me? Like, and I think, like,
Because
to your point,
you're saying it's like all the stuff, like as an amalgamation of all the stuff that he put out. But like it's not an amalgamation of all
is
he
to
put out
that
because what
point-
he put out was fire.
you feel me? It's like if you've never shown me a curation of a project and it was bad, I'm gonna trust the process. Do what you got to do
Type
to
shit.
get to the point for the next album to be fire.
I
as well.
enjoyed
Type
Mr.
shit.
Morale.
He has not missed on a project, in my opinion.
Type shit.
So it's like, why am I not going to trust him
At
and
least
what
not
he
a
can
studio
do?
album.
Yeah, facts. Why am I not going to trust Kendrick and what he could do to get to a point where it's like, whenever you drop the next project, that's
Facts.
just gonna be up.
Because even with all the weird
Drop
shit,
this
he-
bullshit. I don't care. It's a
even
Lucy.
with
I
all
don't
the
give a
weird shit he
fuck.
was
Kendrick's
doing,
is
like
a
Mr.
Lucy.
Morale
Like,
was still
the
tough.
songs I love on an album, I love. Songs I hate on an album, I'd be like, well, I don't know what the fuck you thinking putting that bullshit out. He has a couple songs on it. To Pimp a Butterfly.
You're wildin'. You're
To
smoking
Pimp a Butterfly,
crack.
they're like,
You're smoking
God, I'm like,
crack.
Pimp a Butterfly? Which
Yeah.
ones?
Oh my God.
Which ones?
Nah, don't,
You gotta show
honestly,
me.
bro,
No, I need to know.
No,
Which one?
Hold on.
don't even say this.
I need
Because
to
you
know.
say this out loud, bro, and your reputation is like in the drain, bro.
better
No
be.
bullshit.
I don't
Because
think-
I'm an
I don't
independent
know. I
thinker.
gotta
No, it's
know.
not about being. I'm talking, nigga. I'm talking about your reputation as an
I'm just
artist,
saying,
my
you,
nigga.
you could see what I actually.
I don't know what song you might be thinking of. I'm not gonna lie.
Take it back. No bullshit. It's not too late.
I might say maybe one.
Nah.
Maybe I. I was like,
What?
I was like, maybe this is
I
too
like
poppy.
I.
Or is
I
it
like
you?
I.
One of them. I'm like, this is
I
too
love
poppy for me.
myself. Yeah, no.
Yeah, I don't really like that one like that. I don't really like that one.
Hold on.
Not gonna lie.
I take that back.
I don't really like I like that.
No, hold on.
The album version.
I'm not jacking these
Nigga,
walls, bro.
That shit was tough.
I'm
These
not
walls
jacking
is
these
fire.
walls.
With Bilal?
I'm not jacking.
With Bilal? Is that the song with Bilal?
Yes.
That song's fire, bro.
What am
Because
I
Kendrick?
hearing?
The song's fire.
Because of Kendrick?
I don't know what involvement he had outside of his own verse. The song's fire. I fuck with it. It's on
I'm
his
saying-
project.
Okay, so let me take that back. I'm not talking about complete songs, but there are definitely elements that he chooses
heard
to do.
That's just how I feel,
I'm
bro.
just
I'm
saying,
sorry.
like,
These
yo,
are unforgettable sins, bro.
That's how I
Like,
feel, bro.
there's
I'm sorry.
elements of certain songs like that wasn't very interesting choice that you made.
Nah, bro. Niggas saying that they don't. Niggas saying that shit's like it's clips. I'll never listen to this song again. Nigga, let me tell you this, bro.
Yeah, now I'm skipping this one.
So now, what song? And then like
No,
you
I was
answer.
curious to know what
You
song
answer
he was gonna say.
This is unbelievable, man.
I got songs I love. Black of the Berry, Mortal Man, Hood Politics, How Much a Dollar Costs. You feel me? Like,
You ain't fuck with complexion though, huh?
complexion. Like, it's cool. Like, I get it.
He's like,
but it's like, it comes down to like replayability. It's just like, I'm not trying to listen to that
Why
all
does
the
it have to be-
time, bro.
why? I mean,
I love the
you value
message.
different
I
things.
love
You
the
value different
message,
things,
bro.
bro. That's what it comes
you
down
feel
to.
me?
You value
But at the end
different
of the day, if you put it in music form, because you could have wrote an essay. You could have no bullshit. You could have wrote a book. You could have wrote an essay, but you made music. So guess what? I gotta judge it as music, and music gotta have replayability.
Didn't you make a whole
Music gotta
project talking
have
about
replay.
meant for this life? You could have just made a Twitter post. I like anything. You can say that about anything, bro. Like you can say anything about anything.
But
bro.
I'm saying,
bro, you can say anything about anything, bro. Like it's art, bro. Like
Stumped to
niggas,
that one, huh? niggas saying word.
how could I indeed show I was meant for this life? If I had to prove first that what I was meant for.
Bro, niggas just express, bro. Like it comes out how it comes out.
I know bullshit. I stand on that point. Sometimes
It
it's
doesn't
like,
always
bro,
have to be
nigga,
the best, bro.
Kendrick could just drop a blog post. He could write some shit for the Athletic. I don't know.
But that's the medium that he
the Players
chooses for
Tribune, nigga.
the
The Rappers Tribune, nigga. You could write some shit for that instead. For
That
sure.
nigga's a Pulitzer Prize winner. You think he's gonna be fucking wasting time on the Athletic?
You could win another one.
But here's the
All
thing,
for
bro.
that.
It's just like, bro,
Make a play.
niggas choose to express
He
the
did.
way they express because that's the
In
way they
music form.
feel to express. You feel me?
I
It doesn't
hear
have to
you.
be
I hear
perfect,
you. I hear
but
you.
that's what he's
But it gives
saying.
room for.
And that's
This-
fine. But niggas
the
are saying that he
criticism.
fell off.
I
that's
disagree with
wild.
that.
That's
I do
why.
disagree with
That's
that.
why I was like the whole time. I'm like, bro, like I hear what you're saying, but like these niggas are wild, and they're
So-
saying he fell off.
I disagree. We all disagree with that, but I do have to ask you: have you loved these last few offerings that he's given us compared to what
The Hillbillies?
the standards
Nate
that
don't love
no,
anything.
The Hillbillies?
I'm just saying.
I love God.
In the last
I love Lamar
offerings,
Jackson.
in the last couple offerings,
I
and
like
you
the
can go as far
Hillbillies.
as like Mr. Moran, the Big Steps, compared to just like everything he's offered.
You also have to remember that I'm also not the biggest Kendrick fan. So like, if
I'm
I-
only telling you to
but I really
compare
like-
to his older work.
I fucked with it. I fuck with Mr. Morale. When we ranked the albums, I was like it was second or first on my list.
Was it?
Yeah, I thought that
I
shit was
think he
tough.
might have actually had it higher than the rest of us.
I think
fucked with
I
that.
had it higher than the rest of
So
y'all.
did I. I fucked with it, bro.
We
Heavy.
have to call back to that. I'm not sure.
I thought that shit was
Whatever.
tough.
But-
But again, I think I love when niggas are doing different shit and it still sounds good. But I think that what I'm saying is that niggas be like the whole thing doesn't sound good. So they're like, oh, I have this one thing that I really don't like. So they judge
And
like
then
the
to use
whole
that to discredit
type shit. And
the
I'm like, bro,
person?
that's fine. But like,
Like,
come on, we're not
what?
gonna act like there wasn't
What?
bangers on that album, bro. And most of the
sure.
album wasn't dope. The nigga was spitting at such a high level and he was doing it in a way that really resonated with me. I fuck with it.
Hey,
It's cool if it
Kendrick,
didn't resonate with niggas, but to say he fell off is wild.
keep doing what you're doing, Kendrick. No bullshit. Do you?
No bullshit. Come on, man.
I'll
Like,
give
that
you an
shit was tough.
example. What he's saying in United in Grief, right?
Fucked with it.
What's the word I'm looking for? Prophetic, maybe? Not prophetic.
Pathetic.
I need another word for it. It's very, what's the word? Saying powerful things, you know? How he's saying it though.
Sermonic.
Like
You say it's sermonic.
whatever
Like
the
he's
word
delivering a
is.
sermon type shit.
Whatever it is.
I might have just made that up. That was tough.
That's
Don't-
not
I don't
my
know.
favorite
I don't know, but I
delivery
was like, I
to
don't know that
listen
word.
to. He's saying some real shit. I can acknowledge that, but I would like it if it was done. Hey man, it's not up
Profound,
to me.
maybe?
It's not profound. That was the word I was
Profound.
actually looking
I was
for.
like,
I
ain't
fucked
think
with
about
the way he
peace.
was delivering it though. That shit was tough to me, bro. The beat too. The way that shit was going with him.
No, because
that shit was
I
kind of
feel
way.
different, or something. Like, I grieve different, and it like slowed down the whole like tempo that he was going with. It's just interesting choices. That's all I'm saying.
It's art.
Because that's the nigga who's willing to experiment.
Hey man,
No bullshit. And I'm not saying that it's supposed to be. I'm not saying that's perfect. But I am saying that it's art. You know what I'm saying? And it's creative. And that's
No
more than
doubt
I can
about
say
it.
about most other niggas,
doubt.
bro.
Real novel
but
shit.
creativity is not enough. I don't think it's enough to just
If only he wasn't Kendrick and he wasn't also spitting at the highest
right,
level
you're right.
possible, nigga. Like, yeah,
But-
the nigga's great, bro. Like,
I feel like, I don't know.
I feel like niggas just don't like hip hop.
just
no,
weird
I
to
feel
me.
like
shit
niggas
he
don't
been
like hip
doing
hop
with Baby
anymore.
King,
I don't
though,
think niggas
not
really like-
jacking it.
No bullshit.
Music,
I don't
like, they're not
I say
Afro
hip hop.
fans.
I don't think niggas really like hip hop anymore. No bullshit.
It's just
Because
interesting to me.
I never heard a nigga who said that Drake was their. I never heard a nigga who say that Drake was their favorite artist. Also say Kendrick is my favorite artist or Kendrick second. Never heard that.
It's usually one or the other.
type shit. And I feel like niggas who favor Drake prefer
It's usually niggas
more
who like
like
Cole that be like, I like both.
type shit.
You know, why can we have everything?
I feel like
everything?
niggas who favor Kendrick, they favor like more artistic shit in their music.
Yeah.
Versus niggas who favor Cole, they might favor lyricism over everything else. You feel me? Primarily, or like nice cooks.
And
But then
niggas who prefer Drake,
they
like
prefer
shit that sound good in your ears.
Niggas
They
who like
prefer-
Drake like being on Instagram and looking at them Instagram.
Stop.
models.
No.
I was gonna say the Drake shit. It was hard for me to find a
No,
musical comparison. I was
no.
like, yeah, these niggas be taking selfies every day
Because I can have the criticism. And I've come here and I've criticized Drake's subject matter, the lack of, if anything, the reverse maturity that he's done in his music. Because if you go back to when nothing was the same, Take Care, like he was more mature in his music. I can knock him for that. But you know, I never knock him for some shit sounding good in my ears, except for some joints off Honestly Nevermind.
I was about to say, what are you talking about?
Peak and Summer Games. Ass.
Yeah, Summer Games is a crazy
Outside of
song.
those, for the most part. Oh yeah, whatever that he did with Bad Bunny on Gently. Shit. Cut that,
Summer
bro.
Games is
But for the
really a
most
crazy
part,
song. I was about
to
when
say,
you
what
put
are we
Drake
saying?
on, it just sound
For the most part,
palatable to the
you
ear.
put Kendrick on, the shit's palatable to the ear, bro.
Not all the time, bro.
You
Not all the
nigga,
time, bro.
repeat after me. For the most part, like we just said about Drake, it's the same for Kendrick, bro.
Yo,
Because the same way niggas
I
get pick and
played
choose.
Money
Oh,
Trees
Kendrick
in the
was-
karaoke bar yesterday. I thought I had it. I thought I was. This
Oh,
is
you're
the-
not
I
Kendrick.
looked-
That nigga's nice.
I looked at
that
Yves.
nigga's like that
I
nigga's
looked
different
at
for that
Yves.
song.
tell you.
I looked at these. I was like, "This the one."
He's
I
different for
try to
that
tell
song.
you,
done.
sometimes I'm like,
I'm
yo,
just looking at the
it's not
room
for
and
the
it's,
room.
it's not.
Nah,
it's,
but Kendrick's
they not
different though.
doing
Like
it.
he's nice for that song. Like
Money
he's a
Trees is supposed to be a good karaoke song.
the hook.
The J Rock verse.
You ever been to the Kendrick concert? Nigga,
should
I
probably-
promise you niggas is not rapping that shit word for word until it gets to the end of the first verse and then the hook. Niggas is going on the hook though.
Yeah.
It goes like, you feel me? Like you just hear that.
Yo,
Hallelujah.
I'm trying to think, like, how
That is tough.
there's very few artists I feel like escape
going on here?
like that. What's happening?
I don't know, gang.
What happened?
Hey man, we just gotta
Shit
let
broke?
it.
I'll hold it.
Yeah, hold it
Shit
down.
don't rock.
But there's very few artists I feel like
in front of the gun.
escape like that situation. Like for example, like a Tyler the Creator. I feel like I've never heard anyone be upset whenever he's ready to drop and it's completely different from the last project.
No, there's
Still sounds
niggas
good
that
to
be
the ear.
upset. But I feel like niggas also value him as a creative more so than they value him as
So
a
they trust the
rapper per
process.
se. So they trust him exactly.
So why
Because
why don't we trust every artist that's
because-
been able to show us?
Because Kendrick's a
do that.
rapper. And niggas don't want to put him out. Niggas don't want to like believe that he's outside of that box, even though he is.
Bro, I answer the question,
Interesting.
bro, because it don't always sound great to the ear. That's just what it comes down to.
Bro, when Igor dropped, not all that shit sounded that great to
I'm
niggas,
not
bro.
saying a lot of people didn't like Cherry Bomb. A lot of people
I
didn't
still don't like
Igor.
Cherry Bomb because Cherry
You
Bomb
feel me?
doesn't
Like,
sound good.
I feel like Tyler wasn't really well received until fucking what's the one that has
Flower Boy, the one right after
Facts.
Cherry Bomb.
Exactly.
But niggas is
Exactly.
lying, bro. I'm telling you, niggas be saying, "Oh, Cherry Bomb, my favorite." But when you tell me why it's your favorite, you can't be like, "It's because this is the most refined version of this sound," because that's not true.
It's not.
That's his most experimental
For sure.
project.
For sure.
And that's valid if you rock with it for that. But that shit does not always all sound the best.
I think my
So,
favorite
like,
Tyler project was Wolf.
yeah, Wolf is tough. Yeah,
Wolf
Wolf
is-
is definitely my favorite
that
project.
shit's fire, bro.
Shit, Wolf is tough.
That's just
And again, Wolf is also not like all the way refined. It's just
It
tough to
isn't.
me. But I'll never tell you that it is though and lie, because that's what niggas do. They lie. Niggas be like, Cherry Bomb, Cherry Bomb sounds the best. What do you? I'm like, no, it really doesn't, bro. You're lying. You can say you prefer it, but objectively speaking, that shit absolutely does not sound. It might sound second to worst.
Yeah, it's like niggas saying Yeezus is Kanye's best project.
Yeah,
It's like,
niggas
you
is
just wanna be
tripping.
different. You
And
just wanna
niggas
be
is
different.
tripping, bro.
Yeah, no
You just
bullshit.
wanna be a
Niggas
different
is
nigga, bro.
lying.
You can say it's your
Yeah,
favorite. Be, by all means, that's your favorite. You might like it the best. You might think it
You
sounds the
might
best,
love
but it
'cause
doesn't.
the moment, the time you were in, you feel me? You were
Type shit.
you were a rambunctious teenager, and you're like, yo, that's the energy I wanted to be. You can't lie to yourself, though.
Because and that's okay, but don't lie to me. Because this is what they say. It's like they say
Don't
people
lie to me.
men lie, people lie, but this nigga my ears don't. Like you're tripping, bro. Like come on, be real.
All right, so
man.
do you guys want to take this complete 180 switch? It actually kind of goes back to like protecting women from men, because men be out here wilding, bro.
Protect
Now-
women from men.
Protect
women from men.
Protect women from men.
No bullshit.
But so after, and we don't usually talk about this, right? We don't usually talk about wrestling in the WWE because this is a music podcast.
that's because niggas don't be real enough.
But me and Nate
Alright.
grew up on that shit. Did you grow up on?
Yes,
WWE
bro. We
SmackDown,
talk about this
Raw,
all
all
the
that
time.
shit.
Why you always do this nigga like that, bro?
I don't know if he know
We
it like
all,
that.
nigga,
Though. You know,
we are all young men.
I
We
feel
all
you,
watched it.
It's like Dragon Ball Z,
We all
WWE.
I gotta talk to this nigga after.
We all watched
It's like I'm
it.
pulling his card or some
No,
shit.
we all seen it,
All
nigga.
right, so let me not take it away from you. But they actually had a great week.
No bullshit.
They had great week. They announced that
Raw?
Monday Night Raw is gonna be now live streaming. It's
Netflix.
gonna be
Yeah.
live streaming on Netflix. You seem confused.
2025?
2025.
No, 2024.
I
2024?
think
Oh, no,
that's
2025,
fucking
yeah, that's this year.
incredible, bro.
No, it's just like, I'm just like,
People don't have cable
how's that
TV.
gonna work? Yeah, so that's cool.
Cook real quick, because I think someone's at the door.
So these niggas, how much was the deal for?
$5 billion, but
$5
that's
billion.
for it's $1 billion a year.
And what's the duration of the contract?
It's minimum 5 years, up to 10 years.
Huh?
So $1 billion a year
Interesting.
for 5 years minimum, and Netflix has the chance to renew, has the opportunity for extension. And I think the extension is 1 year at a time after the 5.
Uh-huh.
It's up to 10 years. Nigga, that's a great deal.
Great deal. And
That's
it's
a
only gonna bring more
superb
eyes
deal.
to the product because for most people don't have cable television like that.
Yeah,
Type
Netflix
shit.
is finding ways to keep.
I be watching
keep
Raw,
itself in
no bullshit,
rotation.
but this is gonna stop me from paying for Sling TV. No bullshit.
You know?
Nick Khan,
I didn't know
you're
niggas
a
actually
great
subscribed to
businessman. Yeah, it's like $30.
I didn't know
a
niggas
month.
had Sling.
$30
I did for the
Not bad.
NBA playoffs, no bullshit. But so they had a great week. They announced like The Rock was like on their board.
Yeah, for
And he,
TKO.
he got his rights to
Yeah, he
his
got-
name
yeah,
and
yeah,
everything.
That's tough.
They were
Rich and
they were
richer.
on ESPN first. I thought that shit was incredible. You had Shannon Sharp, Stephen A. Smith, and The Rock
Dwayne.
all on the same table, and you can say whatever you want about those gentlemen. You don't like them or not. Yo, that's like what the #1 sports live show, and it's just 3 successful ass black men. That's black excellence. Now, all that to say, they had these incredible news. You
The
feel me?
Royal Rumble's
the
on
Royal Rumble's on the way.
Saturday,
You feel me? They got guys like
leading
CM
up to
Punk
shit.
back after
Facts.
10
And mind
years,
you,
like-
CM Punk and Cody had a fucking nice little promo off, nigga.
I
Type
seen
shit.
that.
That shit was good.
That was gas.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes. That shit
That
was
was
Cody
gas.
Rhodes is
No
still
bullshit.
wrestling? Yeah, why you
Wow,
say
bro.
You're not surprised that CM Punk, who's older than
No, because
Cody
you guys
Rhodes-
showed me the comeback. That's why I was like, okay, so I know he's back in the mix and all that. I thought Cody Rhodes was done with this shit.
No, if anything, he's bigger than ever.
I was about to say he actually probably is the biggest superstar in the world, minus like 2 other people.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So
No bullshit.
all that to say, because I don't want to boggle down to people who don't, fuck with wrestling
Fuck
or
with
anything
my
like
nigga
that,
Cody.
right? But after having a week like that,
Oh, also Cody Rhodes is black apparently. No bullshit.
what?
Street. I mean, because Dusty Rhodes is black. Street saying Dusty
Oh.
Rhodes might as well
His
be
wife
black.
black.
No bullshit.
I
Yeah,
respect
Brandy,
that.
no bullshit.
Yeah.
Cody Rhodes is a nigga. No bullshit.
All that to say,
I'm baffled.
reports came out against Vince McMahon again, because this happened 2 years ago, where he was facing other sexual assault
Yeah.
allegations, and they
Sexual
kind of
harassment.
like, oh, we're
Oh,
gonna
was
we're
that
gonna
a-
we're
that
gonna
was an
take him
assault.
from the board, and like they basically was like, oh, we just
Was
gonna
it?
clean this up by taking him off the board, and he's gonna be off of live
He sold his
television.
majority stake.
Sold his stake, you know what I mean? And it's like, oh, he's no longer involved. But then when this whole merger with the UFC and TKO,
TKO.
he got put on their board.
Well, Endeavor.
Now that's what the
TKO
parent
's
company
the-
called, right?
Endeavor,
And more
Endeavor.
allegations followed, bro. And these are some nasty allegations.
I'm not gonna lie.
You seen it?
Shut up, man.
No, I ain't seen.
No,
seen what?
There's There's text messages.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I saw the text messages.
I was like, see what, bro? But no, I was
Yo.
gonna say,
It's bad.
It's
not
very
surprised.
bad.
Oh yeah, no.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
like, even as a kid, I always knew like that nigga's weird.
Yeah.
There's something off about that nigga.
My nigga.
No bullshit. All right, okay.
Text
Okay,
message- oh,
I
this is- what the fuck? You're not
ooh,
about to read all
This is a trigger. I'm not gonna trigger warning because these are some nasty ass text messages. But basically, the woman who's accusing him of sexual assault, basically they had a there was a type of relationship where he was kind of pimping her out
Type
to
shit,
other
type shit.
talent and executives in the WWE to
Type
like
shit.
coordinate threesomes and basically just like use her as a sex slave type shit.
Type
So
shit.
these are text messages that she screenshotted, right?
Oh shit.
May 11, 2020. This is him. I love it. That's you, Janelle. You just can't get enough,
You gotta
can
lean
you?
More, you gotta lean more into the voice if you really. gonna do
You want to
it,
read
man.
this? You want to read
No. You gotta do it. You gotta lean more into it though. You
I
gotta
love
lean-
it.
Yeah, there you go. Now
That's
we're
you,
cooking.
Janelle. No, I'm not going to keep
Nah,
going.
nah,
It's
yeah,
not.
now
Then
we're
you
cooking.
got to do it, bro.
Nah.
You just can't get enough, can you? In the future, it's going to be so bad that you'll demand to be twice in a day and not just with a blank in a 3-way. Why not others? Let's see the beautiful, voluptuous body and watch you shake uncontrollably when you come. They'll go out of their minds. Then I'll find more friends and we'll tie you up so you're helpless. I'll direct them to... I can't read it.
That's on that Diddy timing, bro.
Yo, this is very nasty. I feel nasty saying these words,
Then
bro.
don't read it anymore, bro.
I'll direct them to have...
this.
There's pages of these screenshots. I'm only reading one.
Facts.
I'll direct them to have their way any way they want. Who can make you scream the loudest? Maybe I'll just line them up and have them in your mouth, your all over your and ass at the same time. You'll be covered in and we'll make you eat it all and taste everybody's. The next morning, you'll be so sore, but you're still going to want more.
Time out.
This nigga's a deviant. This nigga is a pure deviant, bro. Like, he must be stopped. I don't give a damn how old you are, man. You gotta do.
Now, I gotta read one more.
You have
need
to.
your panties ripped off and 3 big black all caps in all 3 holes at the same time. Way up your and way up your ass as far as they will go, but even farther. And the thickest goes down your so it makes you gag and convulse as those big black pound away.
All right, but pause. You done.
You're done. This is nasty.
You're done.
So this I just want to show the people. You see all of this. There's text messages on text message. This is a nasty, sick, fucking 70,
this nigga's walking around that
man.
bitch. Yo, this nigga's walking around that shit like, oh, I'm about to get this nigga to fuck her. Like, yo, what the fuck?
No bullshit, bro. This is the dude that like is kind of been responsible for like so many highlights of our childhood.
So catch me up real quick. So how the fuck did he get a position to be on the board now?
Because it kind of went away.
He's counting the shares.
He signed non-disclosure agreements and all of that. So these things he settled with these women because
he had the majority shares.
The whole purpose of why he stepped down is because the WWE found out he was paying these women millions of dollars to stay silent.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding. I thought you said for the new merger with Netflix,
he got brought back on the board. Yeah.
No. That was for Endeavor.
Yes, the parent company.
Yeah, he was on the board for
not the board of WWE, the board of the parent company. So when they did the merger, this parent company acquired both.
Yeah,
he sold his stakes to them, and so now
he's on the board. So he might not own the company. In exchange for him
being on the board, type shit.
He doesn't own the company, but he has a direct influence. But now they got to cover their asses after the week they're having, and now they're saying that. They're probably gonna clean it up, make him step down. This nigga has to permanently retire, but this is a sick fucking man, bro.
What the fuck?
Bro,
that's sick, bro.
Slim Jim pulled their sponsorship, bro, for the Royal Rumble.
As they should.
Nigga, it's if you know you fucked up when Slim Jim pulling the sponsorship.
Yeah, no bullshit. Because
when I think of Slim Jim,
looking at that shit like, damn, can't believe they supporting that.
When I think of Slim Jim, nigga, I'm thinking of truckers and I'm like, they don't care. Like they're like, I'm not worried about that. If they're like, no, I'm not buying no fucking Slim Jim as long as they're supporting this deviant. And it's bad.
Probably because he had too many black people involved. No bullshit.
Bro, there's like big black cocks.
That's nasty. He ain't even like no acronyms, nothing. He's typing it, and that's the part that's scary.
Well, that's not he an old nigga.
Anytime I say those
old nigga for real though.
How can you type all of these things out,
no
bro?
bullshit.
Huh?
You gotta edit that out. I don't want nobody to clip that.
What you mean?
I don't want nobody to clip me saying those 3 words in combination.
No bullshit. I might
bleep that out.
Bleep everything. Like,
yeah. Like, damn, what was he saying?
I don't want to see no clips of me saying that out.
Because imagine they clip me and it's like, oh,
you said that shit a couple times.
Oh,
no bullshit.
That sounds like
you got a matter of fact, you gotta bleep out all that you said.
Everything, bro.
Be like, he's a fool. Like,
this is sicko behavior, dog. This man wrote those things. He texted, and at no point did he think like, you know how like, okay, let me bring it back, right? You know when you like, everybody has had this feeling, so I don't feel ashamed of saying, you masturbate, you beat your meat, you nut, and then you feel disgusted about yourself.
Post-nut clarity.
That post-nut clarity.
You masturbate, you beat your nigga. You ain't have to say it twice. You ain't have to say it.
But you get that clarity, you be like, ew,
what am I looking
did I
at
just
right
do
now?
what I just did? Like, that's nasty. This nigga did whatever he did and never turned around and was like, oh, I was wildin'. Like, that was nasty of me. Like, nigga did his threesomes and all that and never thought to himself, like, ugh.
I'm not gonna hold you, bro.
This is a sick man.
I feel like post-nut clarity is in the eye of the beholder. It's like, what does your post-nut clarity look like? Mine just be like, damn, I really just spent my time doing that.
All combinations of such.
Run it back.
That's crazy.
Like, run it back, because it's like, you're already here. You might as well, like, type shit. That's my post-nut clarity.
Niggas need the dopamine.
No bullshit. Be like, man, we're here.
I'm having a bad day. No, I'm joking.
Yo.
But
He's about to get into freaky
I don't know where else to go with this, but like, lock this nigga up.
Yeah, nah, this nigga Vince, bro. Like,
Lock him.
honestly, like he's done a lot of bad things in his career overall. Like the way that he
Treats
did
people,
wrestling
yeah.
in general with the territories and all the shit and buying everybody out and like poaching competitors, like that shit was grease. So as a businessman, we know the nigga's ruthless, but to take that like into your personal life and recognize that like the nigga's a serial cheater. He's a serial, like clearly now he's like a fucking sex trafficker. Like my nigga, like we've had enough. We've been had enough, but we've had enough. Cause you're not gonna sit up here and this is where it gets real, right? You're not gonna sit up here and erase the legacy of different wrestlers, like someone like Jimmy Snuka, right? Or someone like Chris Benoit, who's done all these, like, they've done horrific things, right?
Horrific things.
To be the nigga that's being like, yeah, don't include him because it's bad for business, and doing this behind the scenes, nigga. You heard of the pot calling the kettle black? Nigga, I don't even know how to, nigga.
This is worse.
This is the canal calling the canyon deep, nigga. You're done. Like, I've had enough. Like, you're done. I don't want to hear or see of you ever again.
So you mentioned something when you was introducing it. Other people that he was bringing in, other wrestlers?
Not just other wrestlers, but other
And
executives. Like, I don't know if you, the
they're
name
all
Johnny
undefined, I would
Laurinaitis, like, rings
Yeah.
bells. But that man was in a relationship himself during this time, married to another woman, and he's doing these things like.
That's why I didn't vote for Linda McMahon for president.
No, boo. No, that whole thing.
I wasn't old enough
Change
to
your
vote.
last name,
It makes
bro.
me think about, and we always
Think
have these
Stephanie coming
conversations.
back,
Even
though?
like with the
No.
Diddy situation, it's like, how many people knew about this and just kept their mouth shut?
So many
You know,
people.
bullshit.
bro.
Like, we're like,
But how
that's
many
just
people
not
knew
my
about it and felt like
business.
they couldn't say
When
anything?
you in a
though?
position of
'Cause I don't-
power, exactly.
I feel
There
like
you
it
go.
don't be that niggas is like, it's none of my business. I feel like niggas is like, I can't,
He controls
I
my
can't do
destiny,
anything about
yeah.
this. So I have to be okay with it. Because if I'm not, then I'm losing everything too. You feel
Now,
me?
what I will say though,
But that's what she said too. When the woman who we were talking about, like when her lawyer was on like some show or some talk show or something like that, basically was saying like that's all she wants. You feel me? Is for this to come out, all the dirt that's against him. Like she wants it to come to the light, and not just against him, but against like the company. You feel me? Hopefully, it feels like the door is open. I think she described it like there was a window open or something like that, where it's like now fresh air can breathe into the company and life can be breathed back into the company, and so people feel like they don't have to deal with this shit anymore if it's going on.
it just
That's
makes
real
me
shit.
look
She
at.
a real nigga for that. No bullshit.
I understand the perspective, like, yo, as a wrestler, I couldn't say nothing. You feel me? This is my boss. He controls my fate. If I say
The
something,
wrestlers probably
I'm
didn't know, to be
blackballed.
honest.
But what about the wrestlers who be like in the interviews talking about like, yeah, like he's like a second father to me. Like they be gassing it. They could just say nothing, but they're like, yo, I love this guy. He did all this for me. Da 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 da.
He was in the fuckery
Did they
too.
know? Did they
Hey,
know?
man, I don't think so, bro. I doubt that the talent wouldn't have any idea unless they were someone like Brock Lesnar, where it's like
Yeah,
you
they
know,
saying Brock was involved.
he's
in
like that.
that.
very close to Vince. Like he's like
Also
super
doesn't
close to
surprise
him.
me.
But
You don't
yeah,
think so?
because like he's also yeah.
This is nasty
I
subject.
fuck with
don't
Brock
know.
though. I hope that ain't Brock, but if it's Brock, damn.
Yeah, this is like when you find out your brother's a pedophile. It's like, what do? You love him, but
I ain't say I love that nigga. I
Well,
fuck
from
with
what
him.
we said
No.
earlier, it's
gotta
fuck
cut him
him.
off, right? It's fuck him.
Hey man, Kurt Angle, my favorite wrestler of all time, man. I love a good German suplex. No bullshit. Tell you that much.
Alrighty.
much.
Well, that was the wrestling segment. We'll
But that's some
revisit this
shit.
in 365 days.
God damn.
All right, now next one on the list. Oh, is this what we calling bad for the community of the week? BFTC of the week. We got.
It's not Nicki Minaj.
Oh no, she definitely BFTC. There's a lot of BFTC of the week this week, bro. We gotta throw Nicki. We gotta throw Vince. We gotta throw.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Is Taylor Swift AI nudes in there too?
Vince type worse than Nicki though.
Oh, for sure. No. Mi-
I kind of don't want to
Nicki
put her
is
in
just
there
a
compared to
miserable
what that
person.
nigga doing. That nigga Vince Foster, no bullshit.
Nicki's a miserable, sad, and evil person. This nigga's a criminal.
What the Twitter nigga?
Hey, bro.
No, I'm saying Vince is a
That
criminal.
I'm
nigga's
gonna
a-
throw Israel in there for the next couple months.
No bullshit. Throw them in
For
there.
the past
That goes what I was
3,
saying
4,
type
5,
shit. You know what I
nigga,
mean?
For the past
18
50 years,
years,
nigga.
yeah,
Like,
It really goes
Yeah,
farther
I'm
back
not.
than
Yeah,
that.
we're not fucking with Israel. No
But
bullshit.
did y'all see the whole thing that's going on with Taylor Swift? And she's urging the White House to
I'm not gonna lie.
regulate AI
valid.
images and this like the whole
She's spitting. I feel like that's valid.
because what's
I
happening
feel like
is that
that should be sexual
social
harassment.
media has been flooded with images, AI generated images of her nudes. And the thing is, because of where the AI technology is at, it looks so hyper realistic that you would believe so if you didn't know otherwise. And that's dangerous as fuck.
I feel
So
like
now, and it's kind of crazy how like it took Taylor Swift for this to
She better
make
go
the
down
White
as a
House take
legend.
this shit a little bit more
That's how it be,
seriously.
bro.
Like we seen Donald Trump have AI images and shit, and nobody really like batted out. We thought that shit was funny, and it kind of
Listen,
was. But
It's Taylor Swift.
I'm mad. The white
She
woman,
moves the country.
Nah, man. The white woman's privilege,
Literally moves the country.
But I don't even.
But
think
this
it's
is not a
privilege.
bad
Did
thing at
Donald Trump
all.
say anything about it? Type shit. Like I feel like she's the first person to be like, yeah, nah, I don't play these fucking
Clip
games.
this.
Y'all bugging.
Yeah,
Like y'all are absolutely ridiculous for this, and I want legal action taken. Type shit. Cause I feel like everyone else is like, stop. This is disrespectful. She's like, nah, this got to be illegal. And if it's not, it's gonna be. You're bugging. Like there's no way this is no. Real nigga.
I think this is definitely going to be more beneficial.
Shout out
It's
Taylor
gonna be,
Swift for that.
It's
No
going to be very
bullshit.
beneficial. And I think not even for this specific case, but even just AI use in
in
general.
general, like there
like,
has
when
to
you
be
have,
a
like,
cap.
you
Fucking
know,
perverts.
It's like the fucking
heathens.
wild-
there's that
West.
aspect of it, but even like just like sharing like fake news and shit like that, like
Fake
that
news,
could
fake
that could be the
imagery.
catalyst for the AI technology not being used to manipulate anybody in any manner.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like there's no reason why I should be seeing a video of Oprah promoting castor oil and it's like they made that video off of AI. It's like there's no FDA backing behind this product,
That's
nothing like
crazy.
that. And this person's using this to push their product when it's like, you don't know if it's safe. You don't know anything about it.
That's such a waste of use of AI too.
That's the thing. AI has so many amazing things that you can do with it, but it's always the bad actors that are gonna make you take a step back and be like, "Whoa, let's slow it down right now."
Because you want nudes of Taylor Swift when you can develop code.
Oh, I thought you were gonna go a whole different direction. When there's Halle Berry, no. I'm sorry. Out of pocket
Y'all
moment
see
of
what
the
we
week.
have to deal with every week.
I'm sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought you was maybe
Thank
go
you,
ahead.
thank
I
you.
was like, whoa,
You
I
see
didn't know
what
what you was about to
I
say.
have to do with
I didn't
every
know what you
week.
was about to say.
Like, oh brother.
But yeah, nah, we got to put a rein on this because it's getting out of pocket for sure, and we're not able to tell the difference. And I was listening to something where it was talking about because of how fast this technology is developed, and now people are able to pump out content for days off of it, whether it's like blog posts, right?
Yeah.
Now, you feel me? The internet, most of it is blogs, whether it's articles or whatever the case is, news, anything like that. A huge percentage of the internet is made up of that, right? And now with the AI technology, you can crank that shit up 10 times, infinite amount of times. You can be posting things at all the time. And then, if the AI is feeding off of the information that it's getting from the internet, but now the internet is being flooded by AI content, now the AI is being trained off of the information that it created on its own. And it's like a circular loop. Don't you see the dangers of
Deviating
that?
further and further from the truth.
Which brings it all together that we may in fact be living in a simulation. Spend another one. Do we have anything we want to talk about before we get out of here, bro? Because it only gets worse from here.
Y'all niggas need to go outside and start having conversations with real people, man. Talk to your elders.
But I don't
man.
think it's gonna happen,
Talk
bro.
to the kids, man. Talk to everybody, man. Learn something today. Learn
Bro.
learn it away from the internet.
I seen a product
Pick
where
up a book pre-2011.
Disney created this product, right? And it's cool in theory where it's like it looks kind of like a rug, but it has like rotating balls or whatever the case is. Like there's some type of technology that they use, right? Where you can stand on it, have a VR headset on, and then if you walk, this platform that you're on will bring you back to your neutral position, as if it's like a treadmill type of thing. So like whether, like I think what Disney's trying to use it for is like if you're watching a movie, you can like walk in the scene. You know what I mean? Like it's a 3D movie.
Why would I want to do that?
I don't know, but it's
Niggas want too much, bro.
That's
Y'all
a
niggas
fact.
Sounds like something you would like.
Y'all niggas is fucking greedy, bro. You're not happy enough that the screen is this close to your fucking face. You need to be in the scene too. God damn, like I don't get it. You feel me? Like niggas need the world, bro. Like,
Because wasn't that partially
What?
not as interactive and immersive as you were saying, but wasn't that one of the things that the Vision Pro is trying to push? Like this immersive experience?
yo, you
My
see from the
issue
outside looking
isn't
in the
with
Vision
that,
Pro?
bro. I think this is actually cool. I do think it's cool. Imagine you're playing a video game, whatever. I don't know. It just feels more immersive. My issue is where the slippery slope is gonna cause, where people love their virtual reality more than they actually value their real reality.
And I've talked
and we've said this on the
Facts.
pod
Why you
many
think niggas be
times,
going
bro.
to like escape rooms and shit?
Not even now. I'm talking
They're
about
like, I'm a spy.
like look at like
figured it
2006,
out.
2007, like people on like platforms like IMVU or like Sims or
WeWorld
like, you
and
know,
all that.
like
Niggas
all those
is-
like different like.
But
I don't
now
know
it's
what to call
even
them.
realer.
It's like,
You know what I mean?
That's what
Like,
it was.
But that's because niggas they're greedy. It doesn't need to be that.
I don't know if it's greed.
It's-
It's
no,
greed
no, no,
from
it's
the
greed.
developer's point of
No,
view.
no, it's greed from the consumer's point of view.
think so?
Because like, peep this, right? You remember when the Oculus dropped?
Mm-hmm.
That came out like after like Connect and like after like all these things, whatever.
There's
It's like
more.
there's
More.
multiple usages for this. Niggas is like, well, what if we were able to put that in like a smaller package, make it more accessible for people to be able to like store in their house without taking up too much space? It doesn't like have to be an entire application. It could just be a personal device. All right, cool, smooth. They're going bankrupt if no one buys that shit. And they're like, oh, because you remember what happened is that niggas was like, why the fuck would I want that? It's VR, but I'm not playing VR games. So niggas was like, there's not enough VR games. Is that what you're saying? When niggas is really saying that shit serves no purpose in my life. I would have absolutely no reason to engage in VR content unless you gave me a reason. And so they're like, well, I'm going to give you a reason. Instead of just being like, well, I guess there's no point. So the developers take that next step. They develop content for it. They're developing new games. They're developing da-da-da. And then the consumers are still like, not really going to be into that. It's too expensive. They're like, we'll lower the price. And it's like the
Does that make the consumer greedy, though?
But Pete, I'm getting
it's
to that.
capitalism,
I'm getting
bro.
to that. I'm getting to that. So then
Tie it all
the
up.
consumers is like, but throughout all this time, remember, there's people that are still buying it. There's videos being posted. There's people trying to figure out how to da-da-da, you feel me? All this stuff, how to monetize it, how to make it actually work still. So then it gets to the point where we're at now, where the majority of people still don't engage in VR, like gaming. For
sure.
It's like, it's not a thing. Or
It's
VR
a,
anything.
It's a niche.
Right. Or
And
VR
a lot of
anything.
people who try VR, it's like cool for like 2 weeks and then they hang
Type
it
shit
up.
and then hang it up. Right. It's still the case. It's like whatever. It's something to do, but it's not for everybody. It's
novelty.
not for most people.
Yeah.
Then you get shit like this. What Disney's doing. You get the Apple Vision Pro. You get Google Glass. You get all these different things where people are like, let's continue to push this thing onto you. But the only reason why they're able to keep doing that is because people keep buying it. If people just stop and be like, why? Like, because everyone's saying it serves no purpose. But then the moment something drops and they like a feature, they're like, I'll get the whole thing. I don't care. I'll do whatever it takes to have it. I
We
want
make these
it.
choices
I mean,
with our dollars. I feel you.
I think
It's just nuts. Niggas is greedy, bro. You know you don't need that. You know you don't want it, but you're going to do it anyway.
I think it's because to what the
Marketing must
conversation. I
have
think
been
to what
damn
even
good.
really initiated the conversation is people just want to escape the reality of this
their
world.
own
there's-
existence.
Because
but
what they're
there's-
getting into
they
is
already
just
have
so much
means.
more, I guess, maybe manipulatable. Like
They already
they
have
can control
means,
more
though.
factors.
There's
You feel me? Like,
movies. There's video games already.
It's a
there's
different
escape rooms. There's,
dopamine
nigga, there's
hit, bro.
bowling. There's everything.
No,
like
it's a different
anything,
dopamine.
bro.
it's like I may be ass at bowling in real life, but I'm good at shit in it in the video game.
Yeah.
It's like so I'm gonna play it in
Yo,
the video
Yves,
game.
But you
because
don't
I'm
need
nice
to do
in
this.
that world.
But you don't need to do this. Just do this.
If nobody believed that we
Like, why do we play 2K?
I was about to
You
bring
feel
up
me?
2K. I was gonna bring up
I can
2K
never be- I
perfectly.
can never be Katie.
But
I'm
that's
never
the
gonna
thing.
beat that nigga.
Yo, the
But
thing-
what
I'm
I
gonna
ever,
shit on that nigga in my career,
but
nigga.
would I ever put the headset on and be like, now I'm Kevin Durant?
No.
No,
That's
hold
what
on.
that's what I'm saying. Niggas is greedy.
No, but
you
niggas-
already have the ability to create your own light skinned nigga to do whatever. I know Kevin Durant's not light skinned, but everyone in 2K is.
I'm not
They
making no
already have
light
the
skin
capacity
nigga.
to do whatever.
Why'd I make a light skin nigga?
That's you. But that's what I mean by niggas is greedy. My niggas don't be light skinned
No,
either.
but I think that's part of the
but don't you
problem,
understand the greed?
I do think that's part of the problem. Like even like
You
situations
already
like
can
that.
create a
like, I
light-skinned
see
nigga in the
niggas-
game.
I see niggas who are my skin tone darker, whatever, and it's like, why is your nigga that light? Like, why are you creating someone that
Because
doesn't
they're
replicate
greedy.
you?
Right? Yeah.
Because they're
I think
greedy.
it's because they're not happy with some of the things in real life.
I feel like niggas is like, but again, yeah, they're not happy, but they're like, I want more.
Yo,
I'm not gonna be privileged in life. I want it in
Niggas
the game.
live in a
I agree with you,
metaverse. 2K has got into the point and developed to the point where there's metaverses in 2K, bro. You walk around this city,
It's not metaverse.
it's a metaverse, bro.
Metaverse.
Calling it a metaverse is nuts.
It is a metaverse because at the
Nigga,
end
that's
of the day,
like
bro,
saying in GTA is the metaverse.
bro,
Nigga, it's
I'm
just a-
telling you,
it's
GTA
like-
Online, maybe.
these niggas buy.
just a
Yo, you know
sandbox.
the Mischief red boots? Niggas can buy that in 2K and wear that in 2K.
Mischief is nuts, but yeah, the mischief joint. But the thing is,
I don't think I said Mischief.
you said mischief for sure. 10 out of 10.
Okay, whatever.
But the thing about it, though, is that
But
that's
like
not
niggas is wearing drip and like they're like buying all this thing for this my
and they're
player.
taxing in 2K.
They're taxing, nigga. It's not like $1 or some shit. You feel me?
Expensive. Well,
Probably like 50.
my tax bracket different in the game, bro. No bullshit.
Your
I got
tax bracket. You
I have
got
in the
money
game.
in the game.
These
You got
in the
your own-
game.
you got a
'Cause I
different
have mad
currency in the
VC,
game.
'cause my
And you
nigga,
rich in the
bro,
game,
my
right?
nigga hooped all 82 games. Like, what are we talking about? My nigga was hooping.
Nate's
feel like this
living
is
in
part
this
of what we're
metaverse,
saying.
no bullshit.
But I'm saying, but you keep saying the reason why I'm saying
I'm
that,
rich in this game, nigga.
but the reason why I'm saying that is because you keep saying metaverse.
Okay, maybe there's
Like
a different.
that's the
but
reason
it's a
I'm
different
like,
reality.
ignore the rhetoric.
That's
It's
its own
a
thing.
different reality. Niggas live in a different reality where they like it more than their actual life themselves. And that's what I believe the slippery slope is. I wish this could just be a thing where it's like, yo, we can pick it up, we can have control and be disciplined enough to be like, this is just a game, whatever. And you could put it down after a few hours of play. But niggas, it's a dopamine. They're gamifying all these games to like, it's hitting certain triggers, bro. They're getting psychologists involved in the games to make them built so that it turns all of the gears that keep you playing that shit forever. So you're the little fucking gerbil on a hamster wheel, my nigga.
Nigga, why didn't you just say him?
I said gerbil before the hamster wheel came to my mind.
I mean, as we know, like all this shit is just
was
it's just
good, though. I feel
marketing to sell more.
Because
Push more advertising, make more money off of
the
you.
problem is capitalism, bro. That's why
He's
this
with
shit
it now.
needs to
Are you with it?
end, bro.
Oh, now capitalism needs to end.
Facts.
Bro, if niggas
Hold on, let's hear him out.
Because there used to be
Don't
times
step
we would,
over
all
him,
three of
though.
us wouldn't be
But
agreeing
don't
on
step
this.
over him though. Let's
Yo.
see.
I want to find a solution where there's a system that encourages ingenuity
Mm.
and encourages people to want to achieve beyond the normal capabilities. I feel like the systems that y'all have introduced me to are introduced as alternatives. I don't think drive that, but I also fear the slippery slope of capitalism where it's like, we got to create new ways and more extreme ways to build wealth because everything else is tapped out. You feel me? Like there's only so much land. So now we got to make virtual shit to, you feel me? Like there's only so much we could sell in real life. So now we creating a whole different reality to sell shit
Creating
for.
farms. Yeah.
Who's to say, bro, the whole purpose of our simulation that the more advanced civilization created was to create more bread. And in some way, our actions to our day-to-day is creating more wealth for them because they tapped out everything else they did.
You know Evian, the water?
Humans are going to be the death of themselves.
You know that water?
No,
Evian?
I don't.
You know what Evian backwards it spells?
Evian, back Nivea?
Spell it out. That was bad.
I was just guessing off the
didn't
top.
even try.
Evian.
So it's N-A-V.
Naive.
Naive.
Oh,
That's nuts, ain't it?
What are you trying to say with that?
What is the
It's
marketing
like
that
luxury
water? Where is
or
it from?
whatever.
Yeah, like
Swiss Alps and shit.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's just like, yeah, that's all it is, bro.
naive.
The consumer has all the power, bro. Niggas just got to show
Things
it.
have to flex it, right?
No bullshit.
That's why this
Niggas like, oh shit.
no bullshit.
No bullshit.
This is
Thinking about
why
it like shit.
this year, I really do encourage everybody, and I'm only one person, and my reach is not that much reach at all. But I really encourage everybody. If you care about the future of like America, if you care about democracy and all that shit, do not take part in this year's election. I would encourage nobody
That's
to fucking
terrible
vote.
advice.
No, bro. It doesn't matter.
But you're not. There's so much
Either
more.
way, it doesn't matter. I'd rather take the next. I'd rather forego
There's
the
so
next
much more
4
that
years.
you're voting for
Yeah.
beyond just the general election.
No, but I'm talking about this presidential election.
That's a bad part.
I'm saying.
I didn't think this is where you was going
No,
with it, bro.
if
bro.
we-
I thought you were gonna say something
imagine this.
completely
Imagine this. We decide with our vote because if they know they're gonna get our vote every time around, bro. If they know like, yo, you either gotta pick the red team or you gotta pick the blue team, and you really only got 2 choices. What if I told you there's the third choice?
Yeah,
No
I feel
choice.
you, bro, but
And
I'm
when you
more so
need
worried about
when
the
you
state
need us,
legislation
no,
that you're voting for and contributing to.
no, I'm talking about just the general election. I'm talking about when it comes down to Biden versus Trump in 2024. I'm saying fuck all that. Don't take part in it because when 2028 comes around and they notice there was a significant dip in voting within a specific demographic, they're going to have to cater to that demographic to regain their trust and earn that vote. And then we can
funny.
actually move.
You seen that? You probably didn't see
You're
it.
not wrong, but I think the way you're going about it is pretty poor. Instead of
What would
doing
you gonna
that,
say?
you might as well just have people write in because then at least you're exercising your collective voice to show that
okay,
people do
there you
vote.
go. Yeah.
Because what we've also been shown is that politicians are
Take
known
Nate's
to
advice.
not want to seek out the votes of people that don't vote. They want to seek out the vote of people that do vote, maybe in lower numbers.
But if they notice
we
that the
all
voting
don't
numbers
vote,
just dropped,
But
they know
peep
these
though.
people have voted in the past.
Not really, because that also doesn't account for the percentage of new voters that are coming into the fray.
Sure.
That's
So
what
if
the
it becomes-
census is for.
Type shit. But I'm saying that if it becomes a product of just not voting as a part of your culture and as a part of like who you are, your being, then like they won't try. They'll just be like, whatever, you're not gonna vote, whatever. I'm gonna focus on the others. That's what happened with black men for so long. Is that they know that black women vote. So they're like, I'd rather just appeal to black women. I don't really care about black men.
Okay.
For me. And then what happens is black women continue to vote more, and then black men continue to say shit like don't vote.
All right. So instead, you're saying when you see that ballot, instead of picking the options that they give us,
Yeah, put in your own
write
option.
in another name.
Yeah, I think it's in New Hampshire for like because Trump just won the Republican
If you're not going to vote for
primary.
either of the candidates. in
I
the
think
primary.
Joe Biden won obviously the Democratic primary,
For
but the highest percentage of votes were write-ins. People saying free Palestine.
Type shit, that's valid.
Really?
See, that's the type of shit niggas
That's-
need. Make a statement.
That's powerful.
Don't call me off if it's New Hampshire now, but it did happen somewhere.
That's powerful.
That's real shit, and that's the type of shit that niggas need to do.
So it means
'cause
people are
then-
capable of getting together and acting on those things.
type shit.
Before we get out of here, I want to tell you something about another thing about capitalism that me and Nate got a good chuckle out of. It's pretty sad, but
Yeah, shit was
it's funny
comedy, though.
nonetheless. So a couple weeks ago, me
Shit
and
was
Nate
comedy.
are driving. That's Route 9? Is that Route 9? I
That
think
shit.
it is
We're
Route 9.
We're going down. We're going down the highway towards South Bay.
Route 9,
Okay.
yeah, where South Bay is at, is
Yeah.
this big ass billboard, right? And a couple of weeks ago, it was pro-Jewish,
Yeah, I see it all
pro-Israel.
the time when I'm driving into work on Fridays. Yeah.
What is the saying that they use? Jews, I don't know. It's like a
Yeah,
word
it's like
pun.
with in pink. I forget what it said.
Whatever.
Some shit that rhyme though.
And then it's
Or
like,
it sounded
and then
like
it finishes with like Hamas is your problem too. Some shit like that.
Facts,
type
right?
shit, yeah.
Today,
Now, yeah, it's
today-
been replaced.
it got replaced with a
Oh.
pro-Palestine in
Oh,
the
yeah, no, I saw that.
same
Yeah,
Says free
area
Gaza.
on the same billboard.
I seen it.
Free
Yeah.
Gaza,
I'm here.
Yeah, that shit's nuts.
But in my mind, 'cause isn't that someone has to pay for that?
for sure.
So I'm assuming someone who has the funds is like, fuck that shit.
So whatever
I'll
they pay,
that.
The
I'll
first
pay you
one-
more.
The first
Yeah.
one was a private organization, to be clear. And the second one is now like it says taxpayers for Palestine or something like that. Taxpayers for Gaza.
Right.
Something like that. It's just like this is the public funding it, whatever. And someone like,
And
people that
you
support
know
it.
what it shows? While this war is happening between two groups of people, two different belief systems, you know who gets to win the entire time?
The nigga that owned the billboard.
Nigga,
Well, we've been new. We've seen it in countless times in history. Like war is so, it's so financially beneficial
Yeah.
for whoever is
Bullshit.
winning it.
Yeah.
You know?
Nigga getting
Yeah,
his
man. Free
bread up.
Palestine, man. It's some bullshit, man.
That shit's funny. That nigga getting his bread up though. No kizzy. Nigga be like, yo, I wonder what they gonna do this time.
Cause like Netanyahu, whatever the fuck his name is, bro. The
Oh, yeah,
Israeli
the
prime
Israeli
minister, right?
yeah.
One of his arguments was that, oh, we have to constantly be berating these people because the moment we let up, we can be in danger because we don't have the means to protect ourselves. So it's like, what the fuck is the US paying for?
What the
And
fuck is that
supporting the Iron
for,
Dome and all
nigga?
these different things. It's like, what is all this money contributing to? If your military, not even your military, if your forces aren't strong enough to protect you.
Bro, them niggas is considering nuclear war.
crazy.
They're considering nuclear annihilation of the people. Nigga, you're right next door.
Hey
If that's
guys,
if that's not proving that them niggas is genocidal, fucking homicidal maniacs, nigga. I don't know what'll show you that.
hey guys, you already know how we rocking. We're back with another episode of Bad for the Community. It's Rowdy 508 God on the mic. I got St. Yves to my left. Nate Nix in the room.
Hello, how you doing?
And the reason I said that is because the simulation would have never expected that I would do that in the outro.
Cap.
Woo.
Nigga, the simulation made you do that.
Fuck.
So why you think I ain't speak, nigga?
Why you think I didn't say yo that time?
I just tapped out. I wasn't in the simulation real quick.
simulation
I
wouldn't
went
let
into
me
real
say
life
yo
real quick.
again. It's 1 out of every 400.
All right. When I snap my fingers, these cameras will turn off. We out.